this is going to be a real game. This is they're going to put on a real good coach. They lost 2 games. I'm just going to find it. They play hard. They're well coached. Defensively, they'll be the best team.
What's your key for the game tonight for Trumbull? Meaning, like, what's one thing if Trumbull does it consistently well throughout the game, it means a really good chance of coming out with the win?
Well, I could actually give you a couple things, Jeff. I think, first and foremost, we have to move the sticks. If we can get first downs and keep the ball out of their hands, that's a definite positive for us, much like we did against Shell. And I think defensively, we've got to be 3-and-out and make them punt. We've got to stop the run. They've got some good receivers. They do some really good things. We hope we're kind of ready for what they're going to do. And, the key to the game is you've got to score and continue to score because they're explosive and they can score from anywhere on the field. So, that's our game plan. We've got to make sure our special teams are tightened up. They do some different things on special teams. So that's where we're at.
All right, one last question. If we get the win tonight versus Greenwich, what does that mean for the Trumbull program?
Well, it means that, we'll be 5-1. I think we'll send a message to the state of Connecticut that, we are a team that needs to be reckoned with. But it's a long season, Jeff. So win or lose tonight, we still have another 5 games. So I just think that, we're treating it this way. I tell the kids every week it's a 1-game season. And that's how you got to, don't look ahead, don't do any of that. Just make sure you understand that how important tonight is. And if we're fortunate enough to get the win tonight, I think, you'll see us begin to move up in a lot of different spots.
All right, thanks, Coach. Let's head up to the field. We'll talk to you next week when we get ready for Fairfield Lord. Good luck.
Thank you.
This is 10, the Trumbull Eagles Network.
Goes the box again. Emily Green takes the ball. He's freaking out. He's going to have touchdown. That's going to be a touchdown. All right.
Man in the backfield off to his left hit. Takes the snap. Slant route. Caught over the middle. Touchdown, Trumbull.
This is Trumbull Eagles football on 10.
Live from McDougal Stadium, it's Trumbull Eagles football on 10 and TCTV. Tonight, your Trumbull Eagles take on the number 4 ranked Greenwich Cardinals in FCAC football action. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jeff Alterman along with Sawyer Nicholas, and we are here at McDougal Stadium. Sawyer, this is probably the biggest game for the Trumbull Eagles in 11 years since Trumbull squared off against Xavier for the 2010 state championship at Rentschler Field.
You know what, Jeff, and good evening. I don't think you're understanding it there by mentioning that because Trumbull finally with a chance to take off one of the powerhouses in the FCAC. We saw 2 weeks ago there with a knockoff number 7 Shelton and a huge wake-up game for them that really put them on the radar throughout the state. However, it's an unspoken fact that the FCAC is the dominant conference in the state. So taking off a powerhouse like Greenwich tonight would be a huge step forward for them, and it really is a pivotal point in their season because could they win tonight, they're in a driver's seat here for a playoff spot and really a top seed going into November.
Yeah, we were talking about that last week, that Trumbull controls their own destiny. Yes, they got some great teams left. Even after Greenwich, they still have Richfield and St. Joe's, but they're in control of their destiny for the state playoffs. They really have to step up and play their best football, but they can do that. All right, so it is about time for the national anthem, so we will tune in for that, and we'll be right back with you in a second.
Coach at Greenwich High School, who tragically passed away recently. Our prayers and well wishes go out to the Mediotti family. Thank you. Fans, now if you would please remain standing in honor of the men and women who have given service to our country, we present Trumbull High's own Olivia Mate singing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the red Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
So the national anthem has been sung. The coin has been tossed.
Pretty much a beautiful song, I thought. Excellent, John. I was just thinking, Jeff, during that moment of silence there, going to be an interesting match here for Trumbull tonight. Greenwich, up to this point, has probably faced a little steeper competition than Trumbull has. They've taken on Ridgefield, they've taken on St. Joe's, they've also taken on Faithful Prep. Coming victorious in 2 of those 3 contests. So this will be interesting for Trumbull here. Last time they had a game this big was probably week 1 against Staples, and it wasn't even quite to this level of magnitude here as far as the outcome of the game goes. And it was tough for them to kind of get going here. So if they get early momentum, I think we'll have a much better shot than if we have to come up from behind.
Yeah, and this team playing against Greenwich right now in late October, this is not the same Eagle team that we saw at Staples at the beginning of September. They have gotten better at pretty much every aspect of the game, and with Hunter's incredible passing numbers, the Greenwich defense needs to respect the pass, which is going to allow them to have more of a chance to open up and get some running yards as well.
I agree with that 100% there, Jeff. Trumbull now possesses the depth and the size, I think, where they can compete with a team like Greenwich here. As long as their big playmakers show up, which I believe they will, Corbin Smith namely being one of them. He might be the best player in the state here, but they're going to need him to be it tonight if they're going to come out victorious.
So it looks like Greenwich is kicking off. Trumbull will receive. I see number 5, Corbin Smith, and is that Owen Solano, I believe, also in the backfield. And one of the 2 of them will likely get the kick unless it becomes a touchback. And we are just about to get set. This is the game of the night, the game of the week in the state of Connecticut in high school football. There's some big games around the state. This is the biggest one tonight.
29, Sebastian
So it looks like number 29 of Greenwich is getting set to kick off. Back to receive is number 1, Owen Solano, and number 5, Corbin Smith. Trumbull now defending the south end zone, attacking the north, while Greenwich is kicking off into the south end zone, defending the north. So we're waiting for the whistle to be blown, and we're about to go underway. And the kick is up, and we are underway, Jeff. Ball is kicked deep down to Owen Solano, who fields it at about the 5-yard line and runs upfield, looks for some space, finds a crease in the middle, and is tackled down about the 25-yard line for a good 20-yard return, giving Trumbull's offense a chance to get started here.
So the big offensive line is coming out for Trumbull. Hunter Auguste and his arm that has made a statement in the state of Connecticut. I don't think people realize what he was capable of doing, and he's put up some great numbers. He's at the top of pretty much every stat in offensive passing yardage for quarterback. So let's see what we can do. I remember the first drive against Shelton, they went down and were successful right off the bat. Let's see if they can do the same thing. Go ahead.
Sorry, Joe. That would be huge for them. Hunter, he's really stepped into his own here coming into the season now. Getting the ball in his playmaker's hands is really his biggest thing. Don't put too much of it into your own hands here. He doesn't need to. He's got a plethora of playmakers around him. Ben Carley is one of probably the best tight end in the state. We know what Corbin Smith can do. Owen Solano, let's see if he can handle it. First play is a handoff up the middle to Tuccinardi, who tries to bounce outside, nothing going there. Greenwich gets a quick stop there.
I like that they tried to establish the run right off the start. Greenwich is, they're solid. They're more than solid on defense and offense. They're going to have to mix it up a little bit to see if they can start getting those yards. But we know for how many years now, Trumbull is a slow starting team. But once they get going, they could be really hot.
You're absolutely right. And Trumbull's got to be careful here on these no gain to loss plays on first down. They have to win on first and second down here in order to win this game. They can't get themselves caught in tough third down situations because Greenwich pass rush is very good. So now 2 receivers either side, ball in the middle field, placed at the 25-yard line. Auguste gets the snap, rolls to his right, looks to throw. Finds receiver. It's Owen Solano who makes the catch for a quick 9-yard. So again, 3rd and 1 here as Trumbull works their way down.
So now getting it down to short yardage, 1 yard or so, that gives you a lot of options in what you need to do to get this first down.
Yeah, it really just opens up the play calling here. When you have a 3rd and long play, everyone in the whole stadium knows we're going to be passing, and allows a blitz or a pass rush to come towards the quarterback, puts Hunter in a really tough spot there. So helping Hunter here would be to gain some yards on first down, gain some yards on second down, get yourself a 3rd and manageable, leaves your defense wondering, are they going to run, are they going to pass, play action's an option, and it looks like that's the position they're in here. So it looks like Corbin's now going to check in at quarterback, flanked by Owen Solano. And we'll wait for the snap. Ball snap. Corbin rolls to his right, runs up the middle, cuts the outside, but Greenwich is ready. Looks like they stopped him short of the first down. It'll be fourth. No gain on the play, so Trumbull's going to be facing the decision here. I'm sorry. Close to the first down mark. You're looking at gain about 3. I don't know if we're going to get a measurement here, Jeff, but it's close. They're going to mark him short, but Trumbull's facing the decision here. Do they go for it, or do they decide to punt it away?
It looks like the 34 is the yard to get, and it looks like the tip of the ball is about 6 inches short of that.
Back to punt for the Eagles, number 5, Corbin Smith.
So tough break there for Trumbull as they decide to punt away. Corbin is the punter here. We know how dangerous he can be. Trumbull opting for a more conservative route and deciding to punt the ball away. Greenwich is sending the house. Flag is thrown. Not sure if it was maybe delay of game or 12 men on the field.
On the play.
Could be on Greenwich here if they have too many men in the field. And it looks like it is. Big break there for Trumbull. Greenwich had 12 men in the field. It looked like they had quite a few stacked in the box there, Jeff. Trumbull catches a break as they pick up an easy first down on that.
So that's huge. It keeps the drive going. However, as much as I love seeing that, they can't rely on those sorts of things. They got to make sure they're moving the ball by their own offensive plays.
5-yard penalty results in a Trumbull first down.
So now Trumbull get a second go out of here. Ball on the 39-yard line, 1st and 10. Ball on the far hash. Agasti tosses out to Tuccinardi, who looks for the edge, finds it, and he breaks the sideline again. Good sharp moves up down the sideline for a good 13, 14-yard gain. And Trumbull's moving the ball here, Jeff. It's a good start.
Yeah, as he was coming out to the close sideline for us, he made a couple juke moves, went in between a couple Greenwich defenders, and then as he was coming around the outside, he just beat the most outside defender to cut the corner and get up there. So big play. I like seeing those big plays. Obviously, we want to see them moving the ball, and we want to keep Greenwich guessing so they don't know what's coming.
That'll go down as an 18-yard gain there. Excellent job by Tuccinardi. You know, the quick jab steps is all he needed there to find the sideline. And once he did, it was really off to the races. He did a nice job picking up some yards there. So now it'll be 1st and 10 again. Ball on the Greenwich side of the field now at the 43-yard line. Agassi does the same play this time to the right. Toss out to Tuccinardi. Looks for the edge again. Quick cut inside. Greenwich is ready. Flag is thrown. We'll see if it's a holding call or perhaps a face mask against Greenwich, as the gain was probably a loss of 2 on that.
Penalty flag
waiting for the call now.
Holding penalty
holding against Trumbull. It's a tough break there as they're going to push back now into their own side of the field. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty.
So this might be one of the first chances we get to see quarterback Hunter Augusti airing it out a little bit. I don't want to see him throwing it 40 yards downfield, but let's see what we can do in the air, because now they got a long distance to go for the first down.
So 1st and about 20 here. Ball on the Trumbull 41-yard line. Ball on the far hash. They have Corbin Smith, whose name we have not mentioned yet. We know how dangerous he can be. And Justin Delaney lined up to the left on the wide side of the field. Ben Carley and Owen Solano to the right. Agasti drops back to pass, looks to throw. Has time, fires it over the middle, finds Corbin Smith, who makes the catch. And he gets back past the original line of scrimmage for a gain of about, we'll say 14. Big play there for Trumbull as they get down to second and much more manageable here.
Yeah, so now Trumbull has the ball across the 50-yard line to the Greenwich 40. Second, and just like you said, very manageable. Trumbull's in business. They get back the yards from the penalty plus a few more.
So big play there by Hunter. Hunter now rolls to his right, looks to throw. Wants to throw deep. This time tosses it out to Corbin. And the throw is short towards the sideline. It looks like Greenwich was able to get the interception. Corbin double teamed on that one. Not the best throw to make there.
That's one thing that Hunter had not done in the last couple games, was try to force those passes in, which are getting picked off. He had started to get more experience, and he wasn't forcing those particular plays. Bit of a mistake there to throw it into a little bit too crowded coverage, but those are the kinds of things he'll work out. He'll talk to Coach Moore on the sideline, and we saw some good offensive plays in this drive so far. The defense needs to settle in now, and just like Coach P said in the pregame show, needs to get those stops and get the ball back on the Eagles' side.
It's a tough break for Trumbull there after the interception, but their defense are getting the field now. Ball on the near hash at the 25-yard line. Greenwich's quarterback gets the snap, hands the ball off up the middle, and he's met quickly there by the Trumbull defensive line. Number 77, Davion Richardson, in leading the tackle, assisted by number 72, Dylan Moran.
That was a good stop. As soon as the runner got the ball in his hands, the Trumbull defensive line was right there to swallow him up, and he got next to nothing.
Nice job there by Trumbull. It's going to be huge if they can stop the run here against this Greenwich team.
2nd down and 8 for the Cardinals.
2nd and 8 for a 2-yard gain. Ball is thrown over the middle, dropped, wide open was number 2 for Greenwich. On the big miss out there by Trumbull. Tough break for Greenwich. Huge break here for Trumbull. They're able to dodge a bullet there. That would have been a walk-in touchdown had he caught it.
The 2 Trumbull safeties were both on the far ends of the field, and that receiver up the middle had nobody anywhere close to him. The ball was placed in his hands, and he just was not able to make the catch.
So nice job there by Trumbull. I mean, I'm sorry, a nice break there by Trumbull as they're able to break it up. Greenwich quarterback now gets the snap, looks to throw. Getting pressured hard by Cooper Dayton. Cooper's chasing him down. He fires it deep regardless. And Corbin Smith makes the interception on the errant pass, number 13 of Greenwich. That's Jason Barber. But Corbin Smith said no to that play and made the interception. I tell you, Jeff, he can do it all, and that's what we call that, Mr. Do-It-All.
They give that interception as much to Cooper Dayton as you do to Mr. Do-It-All on that play, because he put that quarterback for Greenwich under big-time pressure, flushed him out of the pocket, forced that ball downfield, and Corbin was there to make the grab.
So nice play there by Corbin, really bailing out Trumbull on that one. And they're going to have to see Trumbull's offense now is going to really have to step up and take advantage of that turnover. They cannot have another one of their own. So it looks like Will Zazzle now would check in on offense at tight end.
And hopefully some of the nerves have been calmed now for the Eagles, as this is their 2nd offensive drive. So the ball is on Trumbull's own, the nose of the ball is on Trumbull's own 49-yard line.
It's a good field position. We have Ben Carley and Owen Solano line to the right. Ball in the near hash, 49-yard line. Handoff up the middle to Corbin Smith. Corbin makes a cut, makes a spin, and it takes the whole Greenwich team to bring him down as he gains about 7 on the first carry of the day for him.
Big run, and when you said it took the entire Greenwich team to bring him down, that was literally what just happened. 10 of the 11 players for Greenwich were there to try to stop him on that big break.
So they're going to try Corbin all over the field, as we know. That time as a running back looks like he's lined up back at receiver. Ball in the near hash now on the Greenwich side of the field, 44-yard line. Agosti and a quarterback. Agosti waits for the snap, looks back towards the sideline. Back on the center. In shotgun, Tuccinardi comes out to his right. Agosti gets the snap, rolls to his right this time. Tossed out to Ben Carley, makes the catch, and breaks the tackle, rumbles his way forward for about an 8-yard gain. That's another Trumbull first down.
Good catch there by Ben Carley. Fought for an extra yard or so on that to get the first down. Trumbull moves the ball again.
That's all he has to do there is just get the ball on the flat to Ben Carley. He's such a big body, a safety, even a corner's not big enough to tackle him. You need a linebacker out there, and he's just too fast. So nice job getting him in space on that play.
6:36 remaining in the first quarter. Pardon me.
Oh, no problem, Jeff. All right, ball on the far hash now. Agosti calling back. I like how they're taking it slow here. No need to rush, right? Work at your own pace here. Tuccinardi lined up behind Agosti in the pistol formation. 2 receivers to either side. Agosti gets the snap, hands it off up the middle to Tuccinardi, and he finds some space, and he makes a cut. He's loose, and he steps out of bounds after about a 15 to 20-yard gain. Nice run there by Nick Tuccinardi.
I like these last couple plays where we're not going for the home run ball on every play. We're trying to just chip away yardage, and the holes are there for the running back to get through and gain some good yards. And that was something we talked about through most of the season, at least the first couple games, is they have to establish the run. They hadn't done that successfully until the last couple weeks, maybe starting with the Shelton game, and they're continuing to do it successfully so far in this game.
So ball on the right hash, 3 receivers to the near side. Tuccinardi gets another handoff, makes a cut. This time he's tackled quickly in the backfield. Looked like number 9 for Greenwich getting in on the tackle. Dominic DeLuca.
Tackled in the backfield by the Cardinals, number 9.
Loss of probably 2 on that one. So Trumbull taking a step back and 2nd and long here. So ball now at about the 20. Looks like we have a timeout here by the official as there's a different player on the field.
Timeout.
And with that, we'll take a quick break.
Hi, this is Mike King, Director of Athletics for the Trumbull Public Schools, and you are listening to the Trumbull Eagles Network, number 10.
This is the story of a very special woman. Just a few knew about her superpowers. In a matter of seconds, she turned herself into a great mathematician. She masqueraded as a regular person at work, but as a superhero at home. Everyone knows her as Gabriella. I still call her Mom.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help, complete with tips and resources at aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
And we welcome you back here at McDougal Stadium on a beautiful Friday night. The scene is electric. As the Trumbull Eagles, with a record of 4-1, are taking on the Greenwich Cardinals with a record of 3-2 with major state playoff implications on the line.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, it might be. So now Trumbull with a second and about 13 here after the errant first down run play. Ball in the far hash, placed at about the probably 22-yard line. Corbin Smith and Justin Delaney line it to the left. Ben Carley almost line to the right. Augusti drops back to pass, looks to throw, has some time, fires it over the middle, and ball is knocked out of the hands of Justin Delaney. Looking for a flag, and they're going to get one. I'm not sure what for. It might be pass interference for the defense, as he did get over there a little early on that.
He was up in the air, and the ball did hit him in the chest, but yeah, the defender was there maybe a second too soon, and it looks like that's what's going to be the flag, I would assume.
Late flag at that, so we got lucky on that one there too. As they're going to push the Eagles up now to probably about the, we'll call it the inside the 10, probably the 9-yard line. So it'll be first and goal. I'm sorry, 10-yard, it looks like they're going to place him.
Penalties half the distance to the goal. Replay, second down.
So we have the 10-yard line, second down. Second and 10.
Ball on the 8-yard line now. Trumbull has the ball inside the red zone on the Greenwich 8. Again, second and 3. We are at 5 minutes and 16 seconds.
Corbin Smith in at quarterback now, gets the snap, looks for some space, finds a window, goes to the sideline. Can he make it? He's loose and he's in. Corbin Smith scores the first touchdown of the night as he finds the edge on the direct snap, works his way into the end zone, just outruns the defense, and he scores first as Trumbull now takes a 6-0 lead off his interception that gave him the ball back.
The Greenwich Cardinals gave him that outside corner. They were playing like they were going to run, expecting a run almost up the middle or a pass up the middle, and when Corbin just cut the corner, there was nobody on the outside to bring him down.
So after that miraculous run there by Corbin, he's going to get a chance to kick the extra point here. Justin Delaney in the hold. Ball is snap, it's an errant snap, up over the head. Corbin picks it up, looks to throw perhaps. Can't seem to find anybody. No, he's in the end zone. He tosses it deep again anyway, and it's just knocked down. So bad snap there by the center on that one. Went through the hands of Justin Delaney. Corbin able to salvage it, but it'll be no good. So we're going to get a 6-0 lead.
In the first quarter, Eagles 6, Cardinals nothing.
Hi, this is Chris Carbonara, the head coach of the freshman Trumbull Eagles, and you're listening to 10.
TEN, the Trumbull Eagle Network, exclusively on TrumpetFootball.com. Listen to the Eagles from your home on the road or here in the stands at the Eagle Stadium right now on your smartphone by going to TrumpetFootball.com. And be sure to visit the Trumbull Eagles football team.
You love your kids enough to take them to see their favorite band. Love them enough to make sure they're buckled up in the back seat. Show we love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
And we welcome you back here to McDougal Stadium on a Friday night as Trumbull now has taken a 6-0 lead over the Greenwich Cardinals after Corbin Smith had about a 15-yard touchdown run, and the extra point was no good off the errant snap.
So a couple penalties which did help Trumbull, which obviously you're going to take. The bad snap on the extra point, and that's happened a couple times so far this year. We know about that wacky play that happened at Ludlow. There was a missed one at Stanford last week. But that is one thing that they need to work on. Not something that's happening consistently, but it's happening more than rarely.
Right, Jeff. Small plays like that cannot be let up against our opponent like this. So now Will Zaslow in the set for the kickoff. Ball's placed at the 40-yard line, kicking towards the north end zone. So kick is up. It's a squib kick out to the far sideline, fielded by Greenwich as he looks for some space. Finds a bit of a crease and drives it all the way up to about the 45-yard line. So the conservative kick does give, Greenwich some good field position moving forward.
Yeah, so Greenwich is going to take over. I think they have the ball at about the 46 or so. So they're going to have a short field. Trumbull's defense is going to be tested here. They're going to try to hold that lead. But overall, in that first drive, well, second drive, I would say, combine the two of them other than the interception, more positives than negatives, and the defense held strong on the last drive with the interception.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So if they can keep a pass rush going like they just have, or Cooper Dayton is able to get right to the quarterback almost instantly. It'll be a long day passing for Greenwich here. And it looks like we have a block in the back penalty against Greenwich. That will push them back.
So that's going to put a little damper on their short field. Instead of taking the ball nearly at midfield, it's now going to be at the 28.
So ball now be the 28. Ball is snapped to the quarterback. Looks like it's a draw play, and he'll slide forward. And a flag is thrown. Looks like he was hit as he was sliding down. Probably a legal hit to the head by Trumbull there, and that'll be a penalty that will not be good.
So that's going to give Greenwich back the yards that they just lost on that previous penalty.
Personal foul penalty against the
Tough break for Trumbull there. You got to be careful. As aggressive as you may want to be in a game like this, you got to stay composed here. That'll put them all the way up to, looks to be the, back to where they had the ball. So Jeff was right about that, about the 46-yard line.
First down and 10 for the Cardinals.
So first and 10 for 46. So pretty much an offsetting penalty from before. So Greenwich ball, drops back pass, quick throw that was right to number 7, looking for some space. And he breaks a tackle and hits hard, going out of bounds there. That's number 13 in the tackle for Trumbull, Jack Durland. And Trumbull, Greenwich will get on the first
down. Pass to number 7, Logan Galetta.
Number 7,
quarterback number 13, Jack Wilson.
It's Logan Galetta. So for 11
Tackle on the play, number 13, Jack Durland.
So Greenwich is going to take over. They've now crossed the 50-yard line at the Trumbull 42. We have 4:40 remaining in the first quarter.
Ball in the near hash. Greenwich quarterback gets the snap, hands the ball up the middle, and no space there. Again, it's number 77, Xavier Richardson, just owning the middle of the field there, not allowing anything to get through. And it'll be second down now, 2nd and 9, if that.
Another strong tackle by Zeze. There is a huge crowd on the Trumbull sideline tonight for this enormous game. Decent amount of fans on the Greenwich side. I would have thought they would add more, but we'll see as the game goes on.
So Greenwich quarterback gets the snap, looks back to pass now. With pressure, fires over the middle, and not sure he was looking at. He was getting pressure there again by number 54, Cooper Dayton. But no one really in the vicinity, so be incomplete. 3rd down now, 3rd and 9. Big 3rd down here for Trumbull.
Huge 3rd down now for the Trumbull defense to see if they can stop Greenwich. And just like Coach Petrosio said, he wants to force those punts. And if they can get a punt forced over here and get the ball back, that is going to be big.
So huge 3rd down here for Trumbull. Sack would be even more huge. Empty formation now, ball in the near hash. Ball at the 41-yard line. Trumbull showing blitz. Trumbull does blitz. Quarterback is pressured, fires deep. Open was number 7 for Greenwich over the middle on the seam route. In coverage with number 9, Jordan Black. Jordan just couldn't quite keep up with them. The ball is complete for a huge first down for Greenwich down to the 10-yard line.
That was number 7, Logan Galata of Greenwich, that brought the ball inside the red zone, even inside the 10-yard line. So golden opportunity for Trumbull squander, trying to force Greenwich to have to punt it. Instead, Greenwich has the ball first down at the Trumbull 9 as they are driving.
So now ball in the near hash. Trumbull's defense needs to get stopped here. Slow this down a little bit. Greenwich is rolling. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near. Quarterback gets the snap, hands off up the middle, and he keeps it, but this time Cooper Dayton has none of it. He tackles him from behind for a loss of about 1 or so. Big play there by Cooper Dayton, and it'll be 2nd and goal now from the 10.
Trumbull's defense really needs to step up here. We are here at McDougall Stadium. We are sharing the outside deck with Broadcasting Radio. Rob Adams to our right, calling the game for the Greenwich Cardinals.
So ball in the near hash, 3 receivers to the far side. Quarterback for Greenwich waits the snap. Quarterback gets the snap, rolls to his left, looks to throw. Is pressured, rolls back to his right, fires out to a wide open number 35, who breaks a tackle and is tackled for a touchdown saving tackle by number 32, Jake Peterson. Kind of a breakdown of coverage there by Trumbull. They had the pressure, but they weren't able to cover every man as he gets the catch, and it'll get 3rd and goal at about the 1 here. Huge down here for Trumbull.
Jake Peterson with a huge tackle there came running over at full speed to bring him down. So 3rd and 1.
So we'll see what Greenwich does to go with here. Maybe some play action or pass around the middle. Trumbull's defense is going to have to hold strong here if they can. This is where we're going to see if that 1,000 pounds of muscle really pays off. Quarterback under center now for Greenwich. Ball is snapped. He hands it off, and he's able to fly his way in for a touchdown. So Greenwich able to respond now to the Trumbull touchdown on the previous drive. It's a tough break there for Trumbull's defense.
And that missed extra point, that missed opportunity could be huge.
Yep, but Trumbull's still in it, 2:39 in the first quarter. The game's now tied, 6-6. As we'd expect here today, Jeff, in a game like this, there's going to be blows both ways. So Trumbull's got to hold strong for that.
On for the extra point, number 31, Servo Boone.
31 for Greenwich, ready to attempt the extra point. Waiting for the snap. Snap is down, kick is up, and it's a low kick. But it is good. So Greenwich is now 7-6.
In the first quarter, Cardinals 7, Eagles 6.
Hi, this is Coach McFray. You're listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagles Network.
I'd like to thank our sponsors of the 2021
To protect her home and family in a disaster, Karen was willing to wade through water, mud, and insurance paperwork.
Specializing in personal and commercial
You go, Karen! By simply understanding and updating what her insurance covers and doesn't cover now, she'll be better prepared no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
And we welcome you back here to McDermott Stadium after the drive by Greenwich resulted in a touchdown and lead 7-6 over Trumbull. So Trumbull here with a chance to respond here. How are they going to handle adversity? This will be their first time tonight. They really have to do that, as momentum is going to be key in this game. So allowing themselves to make sure that they are in that conversation.
Back to return for Eagles, number 1, Owen Solano.
The Trumbull defense did get a good number of plays where they had pressure on the Cardinals. So they did show that they're here to play. They're not getting totally pushed around, but they need to step up and show that they can be the dominant dog in this fight.
So big play here, or big drive here for Trumbull. Back deep to receive at about the 10-yard line is number 1, Owen Solano, number 5, Corbin Smith. And Greenwich set to kick. Trumbull have to be ready for everything. You know what, Jeff? I wouldn't be shocked if you even see an onside kick here. You know, it's the tendency for these top schools to always find a way to kind of wrinkle something in there. Have to see if they go that route or if they kick it deep. So waiting here for the kick. Ball at the 40-yard line being kicked towards the south end zone.
The onside kick was something that the Eagles were practicing for this week.
So kick is up, and it is a deep kick. This time going back to number 1, Owen Solano towards the near sideline. Owen looking for some space, and he finds a bit of a crease. Able to fall forward, tripped up the last second, probably about 2 men to beat. Heading broken past him, all the way out to the 36-yard line. So excellent return there for Owen.
That was an interesting play. He ran up into the big pile of defenders that were there. A couple people were on the ground in front of him, and it's almost like it looked like he stepped over them, and he took off and picked up another good 10-15 yards on that.
So good play there by Owen. He's going so fast, he's right, Jeff. If they get tackled, probably gain the 5 yards. All right, so Gosti gets a snap, looks to throw. Toss out to Corbin Smith, who looks for some space, takes a quick cut, finds a sideline, and just as he does, he picks up 10 yards off one catch. Probably a 3-2-yard throw, and gets Trumbull close to a first down, if not a first down.
It is very close to a first down.
It's just what they need to do there. If you're trying to get the ball in the best player's hands. And Corbin Smith is one of the people in that conversation. Gosti drops back the pass, rolls to his right, looks to throw. Fires it deep, looking for Owen Solano. And it's just over his head. If he had turned a little early, you might have had a shot at it. So take a shot here on 3rd and inches. Don't quite make up for it, but no worries there. It's 3rd and short, and they'll attempt the first down play.
Seeing if they could catch the Cardinals off guard going on the deep pass. That was nearly caught at about the Greenwich 20-yard line. But on 2nd down, you can afford to do those kinds of things because you still have 3rd down now to try to bust it up. And we're talking 3rd and literally an inch or two for the first down.
So Gosti under center. He pushes forward, and that big Trumbull offensive line just helps him on his way there as he gains about 3 on the 30 inches play, I'm sorry. And it gets us another first down there for Trumbull.
I can say I actually like that strategy. When it was second and short, knowing you still had third down behind you, take the shot down the field and see what you could do.
Well, going back to my earlier point, that's exactly the point there, is if you win on first down, you allow yourself to open up your playbook tremendously, as you know your third down play is one that you can probably convert on. So now Gosti back into quarterback, ball in the near hash, Tucciardi to his right. Gosti rolls to his right, looks to throw. Toss out to Ben Carley. Ben Carley breaks a tackle, and he's rumbling forward. He breaks another and pushed out of bounds, but only by the hair of their teeth there against the Greenwich defense, as they just get him out of bounds before he breaks it for a big one. Gain of about 9 again. We'll get another second and inches.
So let's see if they do the same thing again. Second on a very short down. Too bad the nickname Big Ben's been taken, because that would have been good for him.
Well, you know what? Big Ben might be retiring soon, so Ben Carley might be working into the end of that role right now. We'll have to think of one for him, too. But now, second and half a yard if that. Agosti's in at center, in at quarterback behind the center. Agosti drops back to pass, looks to throw. Fires it out to Tucciardi, who makes the catch. He finds the sideline, one man to beat. He doesn't quite get past him, but it doesn't matter. He gets a huge gain of probably about 15 to 20, and that'll put him into close to the red zone here. Trumbull first down.
So Trumbull is going to have the ball at about the Greenwich 22-yard line. The offense is in gear right now. They are moving the ball on both the ground and in the air.
So Gosti, ball in the near hash. Gosti drops back to pass, rolls to his right, looks to throw. Looking for some space, fires out to Owen Solano, who makes a diving catch. It is complete, gain of about 8. Trumble's still moving here, and it'll be second and about 2.
That's the kind of thing that Trumbull's doing now that they weren't doing in earlier games, where Solano or any of the receivers, if they stumbled a little bit, it was going to be a broken play, but he was able to put that extra little effort in and just get over there and make sure he made the catch. So again, second and short. This is the 3rd or 4th time in a row they've moved it all the way up and had second and very short.
If you want to be a successful offense, you've got to win on first down. Trumbull Cleveland can do that so far in this game. Ball in the far hash now, 3 receivers to the left side. Tucciardi in behind Agosti in pistol formation. Agosti draws back, rolls right, throws to his side, which is Owen Solano, who attempts to break a tackle, holds onto the ball tight, and he's tackled. It looks like it should be enough for a first down there. As a quick pass out to the right is complete. And it'll be a first down now. We've got to get close to the we're getting close to the end zone here. Ball's about the 13.
First down and goal to go for the Eagles.
19 seconds remaining in the first quarter. If they're quick, they can get one more play off before the end of the first quarter.
Ball about the 10-yard line.
And we are going to be changing things up at McDougal Stadium. We normally have our guest elementary schools run their halftime relay race. Obviously at halftime, it's going to be moved to between the first and second quarters. And it looks like
and our first quarter comes to a close.
The first quarter is going to end. We'll see the halftime relay race on the field. And why don't we take a quick break? We'll be right back here at McDougal Stadium. Trumbull is down to Greenwich 7-6.
Welcome our guest,
Hi, this is Coach McFarland. You're listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagle Network.
And Daniel's Farm.
Faucet running, that's not a faucet. That's a river rushing through the forest. Forest rivers provide over 100 million people with clean water.
What? I can't hear you because of the vacuum.
That's not a vacuum. That's the trees in the forest cleaning up the air we breathe.
I didn't know the trees were so amazing.
Yep, and the forest gives us shade, trees to climb.
That's awesome. Let's go explore some more.
Visit the forest today and enjoy all it does, just for you. To learn more about the forest and find one near you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
ACBI is the largest privately held insurance broker in Connecticut, specializing in personal and commercial insurance. Contact Sean Rabinowitz today at 203-418-4192 or visit him online at acbi-ins.com.
And we welcome you back here to McDougal Stadium as Trumbull is driving now at the 11-yard line as they work their way in. I'm sorry, 10-yard line as they work their way in towards the end zone to take back the lead against the Greenwich Cardinals. Big drive here, Jeff. We've seen them able to win on first down just about every play. And now the ball near hash, they attack the south end zone.
And we just had 6 Trumbull students score touchdowns. Let's see if the Eagles can now put it in the end zone and get a touchdown.
Corbin Smith in a quarterback, flanked by Owen Solano. Corbin gets the snap, runs to his left, looking for some space. And he's pushed forward there, attacked from behind. Gain of probably about 6 or so. That'll put him in at about the 5-yard line there. So good gain there by Corbin on first down.
Ball is being marked on the 6-yard line.
So 2nd and goal. Well, they could get a first down without scoring a touchdown here. The first down marker is placed at about the 2. So the 3 is at about the 11, or the 12. So Corbin Smith will stay in at quarterback here. Flanked by Owen Solano again. Ball is snapped to Corbin. This time he goes to his right, looking for some space. Finds it up the middle. Can he get in? He's pushing. He's pushing. And Greenwich has just a little more fight on that play, but it looks like he was able to get inside the 1. So that should be a first and goal here, Jeff. Huge job there by Corbin Smith.
Yeah, so the good news is it's going to be a first down. They didn't get in the end zone, but they got 4 more downs to try to get it. And it looks like the side judge came in at about the 1.5, but now it looks like he's more at the 1.
So ball placement here is going to be crucial. Looks like they're going to give him the first down. So it'll be first and goal inside the 1-yard line. Corbin Smith staying in at quarterback. I don't know, Jeff, would you even go with Hunter here and just do the Q?
It worked on the first down earlier. He got more than, a yard when they did it earlier, so.
It's a big play here. Trumbull has to punch it in if they want to keep low here with Greenwich. Corbin in at quarterback. Big offensive line here for Trumbull. Ball snapped to Corbin. He looked for some space. Fires up the middle. He pushes his way, and he gets in. Corbin Smith with his 2nd touchdown for the night. And Trumbull takes the lead back. Now it's 12-7 in favor of the Eagles.
Now, do you think Coach P is going to go, and Coach Vadis are going to want to go for 2 to make up for that missed one, or are they just going to be content to take the 1 point?
Well, my judgment here, Jeff, I would personally go for 2. I think in a game like this, you got to be aggressive. I wouldn't go for 2, however, in a field goal formation. They're lined up in their field goal formation now, so I don't think they share my sentiment. I think they're going to go for the extra point. But I'm always pro going for aggressive moments here, especially in games like this.
And it looks like Corbin is running to the sideline. So don't know why.
Problem on that last play I did not mention is that Corbin's helmet did come off at the end of the play. They may make him sit for this next one, and Coach B's have to take a timeout for that because they're going to have to rethink their strategy. Looks like they may have to go for it here because I don't know if they have another kicker on the roster.
So, yeah, that might force them to have to go for 2, but having to take a timeout during a clock stoppage play is not something that you want to do.
Fortunately, it's the first half, so it's probably a 4 to timeouts in the first half. Usually not game critical, however, they are drive critical. As we know in high school, we really only provided about 9 to 10 drives a game. If that, so timeouts could become extremely important, especially for the half. As Trumbull did get the ball to start, so Greenwich will get the ball at half as well. So it's going to be important that they have at least 1 possession of the ball. It's a tough break there for Trumbull. The best playmaker and their kicker at that point is having to step out. So we'll have to see now what they decide to go with here. And actually, I like the forced going for it here, Jeff, because like I said, I think it's really important to stay aggressive in a game like this. And whether you make it or not, you got to send a message here that you're not afraid to take risks here in order to win. So ball at the 2-yard line. They have a double tight end formations lined up here. So Ben Carley and Will Zaz will step in. Ben Carley, known as our lead tight end here. Will Zaslow, very capable at the position as well. So Gosti comes back in at quarterback. And we're going to have 2 receivers to either side. Gosti tosses it out on the quick slant to Justin Delaney. It looks like there was some contact. Unfortunately, he's knocked down. No good there on the 2nd extra point try for Trumbull. They can't leave points on the board there, Jeff. I don't like that it wasn't successful. However, I don't mind the decision. And it's 12-7 now in favor of Trumbull.
It was a reasonable pass by quarterback Hunter Augusti. He did hit the Delaney in the chest. It just good coverage was able to get it knocked free. So far, my take on this game, Trumbull's here to play.
Jeff stepped up tremendously. Defense had a good first drive, bailed out by Corbin Smith, but they have to prove they can stop Greenwich on one of their long drives. This drive will be very telling here, Jeff, for the game. If you're able to stop Greenwich on this drive, Trumble's defense is, it could really go well for their chances here in the game. but it's important that they are able to stop Greenwich going forward here.
Lots of times when Trumbull lines up against one of these perennial juggernauts like a Greenwich or a New Canaan, Darien team, it's almost like they were intimidating and scared on the field. Not this year, not this team, and not in this game. The Eagles are here to play just like they came out to make a statement against Shelton. They're here to make a statement against Greenwich as well.
It's got Will Zaslow separated to kick. Zaslow's kick is up. It's another short pooch kick over to the near sideline, fielded by the Greenwich returner. He breaks to the middle there. That's always dangerous, but he's tackled quickly there by the Trumbull kick team. I must say the kickoff team for Trumbull so far this year is very solid. I know it's tough for this to get tackled on that kind of play, but they've done it so far all year. And they stopped Greenwich at about the 30, they say about the 33-yard line.
So it was a little bit of a short kick. The Greenwich returner got the ball at about his own 30-yard line and was almost taken down pretty quickly, but then he cut back into the inside and was able to bring it up to about the 38.
The ball now at the, I'm sorry, yes, the 38-yard line. I apologize. 38-yard line. Greenwich in on offense. Ball in the near hash. Trumbull showing some blitz. Quarterback takes the handoff, throws out quick to his right. Ball is dropped. Quick throw out there. He was being pursued pretty hard there by Jordan Black. I think a lot of people might drop the ball but he does that there. Ball is incomplete. It'll now be second down, 2nd and 10.
A split second longer, that might have been considered a fumble because he had possession for a split second, but I guess the officials decided it wasn't long enough.
Jordan making up for his errant play earlier on the previous drive, as he now, Trumbull defense looks to make a stop in the second down. 2nd and 10. Quarterback for Greenwich, hands the ball up the middle, and nothing going there. Trumbull's there fast. That's number 8, Omar Ahmed, and number 32, Jake Peterson, in on the tackle. 3rd and long here, and again, Jeff, these 3rd down plays are crucial if you're a Trumbull defense, getting your offense back to the field and see if they can stop it.
Yes, 3rd and long, 3rd and 9 for Greenwich. 9:50 remaining until halftime. Ball for the Cardinals on the 39-yard line. Trumbull can make a big statement with a big stop on this play.
So 3rd and 9, empty formation here for Greenwich. Sends number 4, the receiver in motion. Quarterback drops back, looks to throw, finds some time, fires up the middle, and it's an errant pass over the middle, and it's incomplete. Trumbull's defense holds, and let's see what Greenwich decides to do. Looks like they're going to punt it. Big stop there for Trumbull, and against the pressure that's been coming forward here. Number 54, Cooper Danes making his presence known.
Yeah, Cooper's had a lot of pressure on a bunch of plays so far in this game. So yes, huge stop. And again, Trumbull has proven they are here to play. They are not going to be intimidated by this Greenwich team who's ranked number 4 in the state.
So now Trumbull set to receive the kick. Looks like it's number 1, Owen Solano, back to receive. Trumbull's going to be careful here. We don't want to see any special teams errors. Kick is up. It's a deep, long kick. Excellent pump. Owen waves it off, and he fields it beautifully on the fair catch on the Trumbull 29-yard line. And I said it was a massive defensive drive there for Trumbull. Jeff, I think this offensive drive might be even bigger here. If they can drive, or at least take some time off the clock, get in the half, perhaps score, huge as far as momentum goes.
Yeah, so if they can put points on this drive and push that lead up bigger, it's starting to feel a little bit like that Shelton game where Trumbull started to take a lead and proved, like I said earlier, they're going to be the top dog in this fight, but they need to prove it on this drive. It's not going to be handed to them.
So Gusty in at quarterback. Ball on the near hash, just outside the near hash, or just inside the near hash, the 29-yard line. 2 receivers to either side. Ball is snapped. Agasti throws it deep, looking for Owen Solano. He was held. I don't see a flag being thrown there, Jeff, but you seem to agree with me on that. It looks like they had Owen's arms into him as they were trying to go deep on him on the first play.
Yeah, the defender was all over him. He was lucky. The Greenwich defender was lucky he didn't get a flag thrown. I thought there was some interference on that.
2nd down and 10.
So 2nd and 10. Ball at the 29-yard line still. First play attempted for Owen Solano. I like the play call. I like the shot there. However, Greenwich defense was a little too good on that. So Gosti drops back the pass, looks to throw. Has time. Fires over the middle, and again, Greenwich's defense is there. Ball's a little overthrown on that one. Justin Linney was pushing the ground. Hard to say whether or not it was early or not. It'll be third down now, 3rd and 10.
I think maybe the officials were calling that it wasn't a catchable ball because it was a little bit high, but that's 2 times in a row the Greenwich defenders have had a little too much contact, I would think, trying to defend those passes.
The one thing Trumbull does lack, as talented as the receiving corps is they do lack some height. Greenwich, I must say, just looking at the corners, probably have at least 3 or 4 inches on these Trumbull receivers. So those jump balls are risky business, especially when your receiver, unfortunately, is not quite the same height as the defender.
I was thinking that during the warm-ups when I was down on the field. I saw a lot of those guys that were big.
So Gossi drops back the pass, looks to throw, fires it deep. He had Owen, and he just overthrew him. So it'll be 4th down now, and not what you want to see there for the Trumbull offensive play for 3 and out, as they have to put the ball in now.
So Owen Solano had his defender beat, and if the pass was on target, he could have taken it to the house. The pass was just a little bit too far overthrown. So as we were saying earlier, if they would have taken, they could have taken this drive down and put some points on the board, it would have been a big statement drive, but they're going to punt it away, and they're going to see if the defense can hold like they've done on the last drive.
This will be 4th and 10. Corbin Smith back to punt. You know how dangerous it could be back there, so we'll see if maybe some magic happens or if they decide to kick it to. Corbin gets the snap, and he does punt it away. Not a great kick, probably not his best work, as it bounces, takes a Greenwich bounce all the way back to the Trumbull 40-yard line. So he did get it away. Wasn't a great kick, however. And Greenwich goes now in Trumbull territory, kind of back to the left off the board. They might have even gained 10 yards.
I think that might have gone off the side of his foot, and then when it landed on the ground, it just went backwards a good couple of yards. So Greenwich is going to take over with a very short field. Ball is being placed at the Trumbull 42. Yep, looks like the Trumbull 42. Greenwich is going to come out just under 9 minutes to play until halftime. Jeff Alterman, Sawyer Nicholas here at McDougall Stadium on the Trumbull Eagle Network and TCTV.
It's a big drive here for Trumbull's defense now. They got to keep him on Greenwich out of the end zone and win this field position battle. Greenwich now on the near sideline. 2 receivers either side. Running back flight to the quarterback to the right. Quarterback keeps it himself, looks for some space, and he stood up hard by Jake Peterson up the middle. But he has a gain about 4 there. Probably most successful running back.
The quarterback looked like he was trying to almost do like a fake handoff to the running back, but then he landed up keeping himself, picked up a couple yards, and yeah, Jake Peterson was right there to put a stop to that.
Gained about 3 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and about 7. Trumbull's linebacking core, we know how strong they are, and they're proving that tonight so far, and stuff in the run defense here. Quarterback sidings number 4 in motion for Greenwich. 3 receivers to the far side now. Quarterback draws back the pass, looks to throw. Fires out quick, and he's met quickly by Jordan Black. Nothing going there as he makes an excellent overfield tackle. And it'll be no gain on the play, or maybe actually a loss of a yard. Look at that. Loss of a yard at the 3rd and 9.
Yeah, the box actually moved back a little bit, so a long 3rd down drive for Greenwich. Another opportunity for Trumbull to try to force that punt and do exactly what Coach P said during the pregame show. One of his goals was, obviously, in any game you want to force the other team to punt it, but that was one of the things that they were working on.
So now big 4th down play here for Trumbull's defense as they try to stop him again. Bruce is the far side. Quarterback draws back the pass, looks to throw. Has pressure, fires stop in the field, fires it deep. And nice play there by number 13, Jack Durlin on the jump ball. Looked like the quarterback was hit hard as he threw up the, stepped up to throw. But Jack Durlin, an excellent defensive play there. That's something I think we've seen the passer, Jeff, too many times not go our way. But Jack Durlin holding strong. It'll be a 4th down here again for Trumbull as their defense just holds well there.
As he was defending the pass, he looked back with enough time that he saw the ball was coming at him, and he got his hand up and just swatted it down to make sure the Greenwich receiver couldn't bring down that ball.
Going back to what I said when Trumbull's on offense, again, the Greenwich receiver probably have a couple inches on the Trumbull defenders as well. And it looks like Greenwich can both go here on 4th down. 4th and huge play here for Trumbull's defense. Greenwich draws back the pass, looks to throw. Has time, steps in the pocket, fires it deep, and it's nothing going there. Owen Solano in coverage, and Trumbull takes over with excellent field position off the gamble by the Greenwich team.
Good defensive stop for the Eagles. Not even forcing the punt. They're going to get the ball in even better position without having the punt. So they're going to take over on their own 40-yard line with 7 minutes and 23 seconds left. Once again, Trumbull is up 12-7. They have 2 touchdowns on the game. The first one, the extra point, was a bad snap, and they didn't get the kick off. They were forced to go for the 2-point conversion on the second one because of Corbin Smith. Helmet came off, so he couldn't be out the kick, so they were forced to go for 2, and that point after, or 2-point after, was no good as well.
So Gusty and that quarterback ball in the near hash, 41-yard line. Gusty hands it off up the middle, Tuccione flies up the middle of the field, and he gets a good first down run. It's probably about 6 or 7 yards there off the big hole from the Trumbull offensive line. Good first down player for Trumbull, and this is really more not taking these deep shots, really just chipping your way down the field, getting yards where you can. A huge first down run there for Trumbull puts him right in that position again.
And the running game has really stepped up from what we saw just a month ago, where it was not, they weren't doing a whole heck of a lot with it. And it, like we've said a whole bunch of times, it doesn't have to be a 10-yard game on every play, but to get a couple positive yards, and that's what they're doing now.
So Gusty back at the quarterback, ball in the hash, 2nd and 2. Gusty gets the snap, hands it off again to Tuccione, who looked for some space, and he finds enough for a first down. Ripping out that ball, but Tuccione's too strong. He holds on to it, and he gets another first down. Ball at the Greenwich, we'll say 44-yard line. Big game there by Trumbull.
Zay Richardson, I think, had the block of the play on that one. He just went up to the defensive lineman on Greenwich and just pushed him. And I saw the Greenwich player almost like jump backwards. He got hit so hard, and that's what opened up a big gap to allow the runner to get through.
Trumbull can feel the energy shifting here. If they can keep driving, that'll be huge. So Gusty in at quarterback now. Does up the line, now back at the shotgun position. He's trying to line up behind him in the pistol. Three receivers on the near side. Gusty hands it off in the middle to Tuccione. Stutter steps and pushes forward for a moderate gain of about 3 yards.
Running back, yeah, like you said, he did that stutter step. He stood there for a moment and waited for the hole to be made for him. It wasn't a huge gap, but he picked up about 3 or 4 yards. And just waited for the offensive line to do their job, and then he was able to get through and get positive yardage.
Now ball in the middle of the field, 41-yard line for Trumbull. 3 receivers on the near side. Gusty rolls, steps back, throws, quick to Corbin Smith. Corbin Smith makes a quick cut, and tackled by his jersey by 2 Greenwich defenders. Not after the catch, about 8 or so. First down Trumbull now at Greenwich. 32-yard line.
And he nearly broke that for even more before he was brought down. He made a move to try to escape the tackle, and he nearly did. Plenty of time on the clock, 5.5 minutes, Trumbull driving.
So now Gusty looks to the sideline, waiting for the call. 3 receivers to the far side now, ball in the near hash.
Where are you going, huh?
1st and 10.
So on your way.
Receivers, number 1, Owen Solano.
You ain't got nothing.
Gusty hands the ball off to Tuccione, who finds the edge, runs up for a good gain of about 7, and is tackled hard, but not after a good first down run. Winning on first down here, Jeff, that's been the biggest thing, and Tuccione proved himself to be a workhorse back so far tonight as he's continued to get these huge first down runs.
And they're doing it on runs and they're doing it on passes. And I think it goes back to the fact that Hunter Gusty, first year starting as the quarterback on the varsity team, has had success the last couple games, and the Greenwich defense has to respect that pass, which is allowing the offensive line to get some holes and let the running backs get even more yards.
So Gusty back at our quarterback. Josh with the pass, quick throw out to Ben Carley. Ben Carley makes the catch. Bit of a bobble there, but he got a hold of it. And he's tackled quickly this time around the ankles. And it'll be close to first down. We'll see if he gets it just shy. So it'll be 3rd and a long one, we'll see.
And they've done that play a couple times so far tonight, where Ben Carley runs out and comes back really quick, turns around, gets the quick pass, and picks up a couple yards. So, again, 3rd and short makes it a very manageable distance. They have options in what they could do here.
It's just a quick hitch route across the board there, a step and throw. And get the talent that you have at the receiver that Trumbull does. So all you have to do is get the ball in the receiver's hands, and that's what they've done, and it's been successful so far. So the 3rd and 1 here. Corbin Smith back in a quarterback, flanked by Owen Solano. Heavy formation. This time it's snapped to Owen. Owen looked for some space. Looks to be enough for a first down as he's tackled for about a 2-yard gain or so. Let's see where they place it, but I think it should be out there, Jeff.
I definitely think he was very close to hitting the 30-yard line, and the first down marker was about the 32.5.
So So nice job there by Owens.
Reserve the play, another Trumbull. Touchdown.
Crowd loves that, Jeff.
And they're going to mark it just inside the 32 of Greenwich. So 3 minutes, 22 seconds. Trumbull is driving.
Ball at the 20, you're about right, Jeff, about 22-yard line there. Gusty back in the quarterback. 2 receivers to either side. Ball in the near hash. It's Justin Delaney and Corbin Smith to the far side. And looks like we're going to get a timeout here, Jeff. Not sure by which side. Looks like timeout there by Greenwich.
Timeout, Cardinals.
Nice win there by Trumbull.
Fans, once again, Trumbull High Football thanking our 2021 sponsors. Newtown Pools.
Hello, this is Brendan Moore, Offensive Coordinator, Trumbull High School, and you are listening to 10.
Newtown Pools at 800.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that our daughters have what they need to grow and learn. But that isn't the case for nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. that struggle with hunger.
Childhood hunger is a heartbreaking reality that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and provides it to families and children in need.
You can help kids in need in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
At Merritt Hardware.
And we're going back here to Trumbull High School. And where Trumbull is now driving. So Trumbull now facing a 1st and 10, ball in the near hash.
And first down and 10 for the Eagles.
2 receivers to the far side. They're Corbin Smith and Justin Delaney. 2 receivers on the near side are Owen Solano and Ben Carly. Gusty in the quarterback. Gusty waiting for snap. Ball is snap, but Gusty looks to throw. Fires it deep to Owen Solano. He has a step, and it's just overthrown again as he looked over the Greenwich defender. Couldn't quite see the ball in time. Trumbull keeps trying these deep shots here, Jeff. They're just not quite there, unfortunately. I think the size difference between Trumbull's receivers and the Greenwich defenders might be playing a factor there.
I think Owen Solano was about a half step too short of being in place to make that catch, but that one was at least a little better than some of the others. The ones on the previous drive, Hunter was overthrowing it by a good couple of yards. That time he was, I would say, about half a stride away from making that catch.
You might be right there, Jeff. I would agree with you on that. So we'll have to see now what Trumbull decides to go with in 2nd down. And it's important to gain some yards here in this play because you don't want to get caught in 3rd and long. It'd be a shame not to at least score here on this drive. So Gusty drops back to pass, looks to throw. Fires it out deep, looking for Ben Carly. Oh, and it's slapped away just in time. As Ben Carly almost had a grab on it there. It'll be 3rd down now, 3rd and 10.
That pass by Hunter was pinpoint accuracy, but the defender was all over Ben Carly and was able to swat that ball away.
Tough break there for Trumbull. I thought they had him. And now it'll be 3rd and long, 3rd and 10. Ball at the 22-yard line. Huge 3rd down play here for Trumbull. And Jeff, do you call this 4th down territory if you were you?
I would think the way that they've been playing successfully so far, especially if they can at least get a couple yards on this play.
Let's see what Trumbull goes with here. Greenwich showing blitz. Augusta looks back to the sideline. Coach Moore changes the play. This time Hugh goes over his life, ball in the match. Augusti rolls to his left, looks to throw. And he takes off himself, and he's able to pick up some yards there, Jeff. So that's kind of what we're asking for. Gains about 5, maybe 6, and I think Trumbull's going to go for it here on 4th down.
I think that changes the decision now. Instead of it being 4th and 10, when it becomes about 4th and 5, a much more manageable distance. Now that you have it inside the 20, you're in the red zone, take the shot. Let's see what they do.
4th down play here for Trumbull. Gusty and a quarterback. Gusty looks at the sideline. And we might get another timeout here. I think we're going to get a timeout again by Greenwich, their 2nd of the half. We'll be left with 1 here, Jeff. And we're going to take a timeout ourselves.
Timeout, Cardinals.
Hi, this is Mars Petraccio, the head football coach for the Trumbull High Eagles, and you're listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagle Network.
Melissa from Michigan. I work an extra part-time job serving lunch at my child's school, but I still can't afford to put food on our table.
Daniel from California. Choosing whether to pay the rent or pay to fix the car to get to work doesn't leave us with much at all. Now we can't even pay for meals.
Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
And we welcome you back here to McDougal Stadium on a crucial 4th down play for the Trumbull offense. So Jeff, big play there by Hunter Agassi. It looks like almost basically like he rolled out and the way the receivers went. Whether it was a design QB sneak or the receivers ran the wrong play. Hunter made up for it though as he gets 5 yards there. Big 4th down. I don't know what you do here, Jeff. In my opinion, I think you give the ball in the hands of your best player. I find the ball here.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Either that or Ben Carley, but Corbin should be the primary target, I would think.
It's now 4th and 5. Ball on the far hash. 3 receivers on the near side, 1 to the far. Justin Delaney, lone receiver. Corbin Smith in the middle of the 3 receivers on the near side. Gusty and a quarterback. Gusty looks to the sideline. Hard count here. And Trumbull now calls a timeout. So trying to get Greenwich to go off sides. Greenwich not bite.
Timeout. So I think that was by design. They were going to see if they could get them to jump. So what do you think? You think this changes it? I think they're still going to go for it.
So I was about to ask, what do you think Corbin's Rangers? You've said that this is kind of no man's land if you're in high school, but we know Corbin is no high school football player. So
that is true.
Think you can make it from this long? This would be about a little over a 30-yard field goal. It'd be tough. It'd be risky. I'm curious if they felt that they want to try it.
I think he could do it, but I think that's putting a lot of pressure in this particular situation.
I would agree with you, Jeff. I think it's better to go for a touchdown. So now we'll see Trumbull's official, barring another timeout, 4th down play coming up. They go now with same formation, 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Ball at the 17-yard line or so. Dusty and a quarterback. Stadium is electric. Dusty dropped back to pass, looks to throw. Fires over, finds Ben. Oh, and the ball is dropped. Tough break there by Trumbull. They had him, he had it in his hands, and he dropped it.
Looked like he was running a slant, and it hit him in the hands, and he unfortunately dropped that. That should have been a 1st down. That's a disappointing end to that drive.
Yeah, I've been there before, Jeff. It's never easy to have those fall out of your hands. I know Ben's feeling it right now, but I know he'll have a chance to make up for it again. Tough break there for the Trumbull offense, though. He was open, and he had it in his hands. Good throw by there, Hunter. He just couldn't quite keep a hold of it.
So Greenwich is going to take over with triple twos on the board, 2 minutes and 22 seconds. They are trailing the Eagles 12-7. They're going to start the drive from their own 16.
All right, so Greenwich now on offense. Greenwich drops back to pass, looks to throw. Fires out quickly. And he's pushed out of bounds there by number 8, Omar Offred. Nice job there. He's got to
screen pass to number 4, James Bath, number 13, Jack Wilson.
He loses
knocked out of bounds at Eagles number 8,
Boomer and 11.
Loss on the play.
I find it humorous that one of the sponsors for the Trumbull Eagles, and the logo was just up on the board, is the Boston Red Sox, with Aaron Boone sitting on the opposite sidelines of our of the field.
Greenwich shots back to pass, pump fakes, QB draw, but nope, Trumbull's haven't none of that. Number 72, Tom Graham, makes a good tackle. Gain of about 3, and another big 3rd down here for Trumbull. It's nice to get the ball back again for offense, Jeff, and try to keep Greenwich from driving here.
That was another one of Moran's WWE-style tackles where he just plowed the runner into the ground. So another big 3rd down for the Trumbull defense. If they can make a stop here, they would get the ball back with over a minute left.
Yeah, 2 timeouts, over a minute left. So actually, depending on how this play goes, they may call timeout themselves. 3 receivers on the near side, on the far hash for Greenwich. Greenwich drops back to pass, looks to throw. Pressured up the middle, finds a wide open receiver. That's number 4 for Greenwich. Corbin Smith, the only one there who can tackle him. Can Corbin catch him? And Corbin just misses him. And that's exactly what we can't have there, Jeff. Huge touchdown play there by Greenwich. Off the wide open play there. Some breakdown and cover there from Trumbull. And Greenwich ties the game. All right, so Greenwich takes the lead, 13-12.
An 81-yard pass on 3rd and long. That's one that Trumbull is going to want to get back, and I'm sure Coach McCray and the defense is not happy with that outcome. But Trumbull will get the ball back with 1:20 to see if they can put a dent in that lead now.
That does sting, Jeff. It certainly does. It's exactly what you can't have happen for Trumbull's defense. Kind of just a string of bad plays. A drop pass over the middle, and then that there really pushes Trumbull back. That's where momentum goes. So hopefully they can hold here. Greenwich does look like they're going to go for 2 on this play to make it a 15-12 game. Take a field goal lead over Trumbull. So we'll see what they decide to go with here. Trumbull's defense can hold, or if they end up converting on the two-point play. Receiver goes in motion. Quarterback drops pass, throws out to number 13, but Corbin Smith is there to make the stop. It's no good. So score remains 12-13.
Corbin was on the defender, but I think the pass was also a little bit too far outside of his reach. So Trumbull a little lucky on that. So now they're down 1 point, 13-12. Again, a minute 20 left. Greenwich is about to kick off to Trumbull to see what Trumbull can do.
Now you get to see how Trumbull decides to respond to it, okay? Because it's a big, big adversity shot to them right now. They just gave up a touchdown of their own by not converting a fourth down, and then now we saw that they gave up a long touchdown to their friend. It's kind of a gimme one as the receiver was wide open on that play. But now Trumbull's offense got another shot in the field here. And you mentioned it before, Jeff, I would definitely keep myself for an onside kick as well for the advantage because they've been known to do stuff like that. This would be a heck of a moment to try it now.
And watching the team in practice a couple times this week, that is something they are aware of. They were practicing, being aware for that. They have a certain player that they're looking for on the Greenwich kickoff line. That's one of their tips that it might be coming. So they're going to keep an eye out for that. And it looks like a couple of the Trumbull Eagles were waving a few other guys up, so they might even be anticipating that now.
I think it might be coming, Jeff. I don't know. The edge of our seats now. So 31 in the kick for Greenwich. Let's see what he's left to go with.
For the Cardinals, number 31, Sergio Green.
Big play here for Trumbull. You got to get the ball back to your offense. Got to get a chance to score 4.5. Back deep to receive the kick is number 5, Corbin Smith, and number 1, Owen Solano. And even if they do kick it deep. And it's a pooch kick up to number 1. Owen, can he field it? He does, off the hop, looking for some space. And he stiff arms hard, stays on his feet, and he's tackled for a modest gain. I looked at the ball about to come out, but it looks like Trumbull took the ball back on it. And it'll be a first down now at the 25-yard line. So kind of risky business there, but Trumbull's able to keep the ball.
Minute 12 now. The Eagles have one timeout, but with a minute 12 left, they can't be going just a couple little trap runs up the middle. They need to chip away and get some yardage on these plays.
They haven't had success with the deep shots yet, but they have time with 2 timeouts. They can work them in the field a little bit as they try to drive their way down. Augusta drops back to pass, rolls to his right, looks to throw. Fires out, errant pass that hits the turf. Didn't really look right coming out. That was diving to one Solano. Falls into second down.
I think Augusta was something like 14 of 15 in last week's game against Stanford. Now, obviously, playing against the Stanford defense is different than playing against the Cardinal defense. But he was on target on his passes last week. He's had a couple that were a little bit off target so far today. That's something that I'm sure he and Coach Moore will talk about at halftime.
So now Trumbull will get a shot here in second down, 2nd and 10. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Gus drops back to pass, looks to throw. Fires deep as Corbin Smith. Corbin makes the catch. Big play there, middle field. As Trumbull call a timeout. And the ball is being placed. Rushing to the line here. First down.
Remember, on a first down in high school, the clock stops while they reset the change, so that helps the Eagles.
So Gusty Roasters right now looking to throw. Fires it deep to Owen Solano. He's being covered, and it's just through his hands. Incomplete. Tough break there for Trumbull. He had him beat again, and it was just a smidge overthrown.
Yeah, he was running forward. There was very tight coverage. He ran forward, and that went right through the tips of his fingers. So missed opportunity there. We're at 54 seconds. 2nd and 10. Trumbull with the ball on their own 43.
So now Trumbull will see if they convert here on the 2nd down play. Foot moon out here tonight, Jeff.
Yes.
Harvest moon. Correct. All right, so Augusta in the quarterback, ball in the middle field. Augusta drops back to pass, looks to throw. Has time, fires it out, finds Tuccinardi, who makes the catch, but is tackled hard as he's stuck in bounds. He was. And clock's up ticking, 45 seconds, and Brendan Moore calls for timeout. He's asking for a timeout. They won't give it to him. They finally do, with 39 seconds left.
Let's see if they put a couple on there, because Coach Moore was waving his hands and screaming at the officials, and a few extra seconds ticked off. They do have a bit of an argument to put a few seconds back on and get those ticks back.
So now just 1 timeout left for Trumbull. We're about at 40 seconds here. 39, I guess. I don't think they put any time on there for us, Jeff, unfortunately. Although we do not have the official time up on the scoreboard. We like to think we're pretty close. But I can't say whether or not we have exactly that. So,
I feel like the Eagles on the passing game so far are an inch away from really breaking it open, because the plays, most of the plays that have been incompletions have been really, really close, and it isn't even so much that they're letting Greenwich defend.
2nd and 10, 32 seconds now. Gusty in the quarterback. Gusty rolls his right, looks to throw. Steps up, fires out to Owen Solano, makes the catch, goes to the first down marker. They got to hurry up here, Jeff, to get a first down. Let's see.
The clock is ticking.
They get a first down, clock's still ticking. They spike again, they are. He spikes it quickly. So that saves some time there. 17 seconds now. One timeout there. Save that timeout there, Jeff. I think they want to save it in case they want to attack the middle field one more time. Ball at about the 34-yard line.
But it is 4th down now. 4th down and 1.
Oh, dear, I didn't realize that.
So, not pick up the first down. Yeah, so they're not going to run a quarterback sneak up the middle, because that'll take off too much time. So they're going to have to pass it, and I would think it's going to be on the sideline so they can step out of bounds. But I understand that they wanted to stop the clock, but I'm surprised they didn't want to get a play in, knowing that that was 3rd down when he snapped it.
It's a big 4th down play here for Trumbull.
They're at 17 seconds. I think the coaches are trying to figure out what is going on. The snap clock is not even running. It is at 40 and it's holding.
So referees kind of converse themselves here. And Trumbull could look a chance to kind of sneak in some added advice there to the offense during the break.
Coach P has got his arms to the side saying, what's going on, guys?
I would be curious to see if they're pushing. It looks like Trumbull is... Yeah, I don't know here, Jeff, what's going on. I don't know if they're going to maybe get a first down or perhaps...
I think everyone's confused inside the MAC.
The disadvantage of being up here on the booth. We don't get to see the...
One of the officials has come down to talk to Coach Petrosio and explain what is going on.
Officials timeout for a measurement.
Moving our measure here, Jeff. That's probably right.
And if they're going for the measurement, the clock kept ticking on that play. The Eagles are entitled to a few more seconds back on the clock if it turns out to be a first down.
And they could very well have those seconds. We just unfortunately don't have the official time now with the scoreboard clock that we've been following ourselves. It's 4th down, so 4th and a couple inches there, Jeff. So
yep, they just did the measurement and he was a little bit short.
So this play does have to convert. 4th and inches.
But I would think the ball would have to go in the air now with 17 seconds left and no timeouts.
Unfortunately, you have no choice. They have to go for it here. And they have to go for the air. So ball in the near hash, 2 receivers to either side. Gusty and a quarterback. Ready for the snap. Whistle is blown. And now they've officially started the play clock. So Gusty waiting for the snap. 4th and 1. Gusty in a shotgun. Gusty drops back the pass, looks to throw. Has time. Fires out to number 1, and it just goes through his hands again there, Jeff. Incomplete. Grant should take over at 12 seconds.
Tuccinardi was open in the middle, just a couple yards over the 20-yard line, 30-yard line, which could have been the first down. Clock would have stopped, and they could have gotten the ball up there. That might have been the better target, but quarterback Hunter Gusty may not have seen that receiver.
Yes, tough break there for Trumbull. So Trumbull is going to have to hold strong for the 12 seconds. 1 timeout left for Greenwich. Cannot give up any points here going into the half. They've got to make sure they stop Greenwich. He's now waiting for the snap. Trumbull's going to prevent defense here. Greenwich quarterback sends the receiver in motion. Toss the ball out. Toss it out again. Looking for some spaces, number 2. And he finds it. There's a flag thrown. Is he going to get out of bounds? Doesn't need to as he breaks some tackles. Then he does get out of bounds. Poor tackle there. There is a flag. It is against Greenwich, so we'll be coming back. The rates declined as the half is drawn out. And with that, we will end our half. We scored 12-13 in favor of Greenwich.
All right, so my thoughts on the first half. Coming into this, the question was, can Trumbull hang with a top 10 team in the state? I get that Greenwich got 2 losses, but look who those 2 losses were to, and they played tough in those 2 games. I would say the answer to that question right now is 100% resounding yes, the Eagles can hang with the best the state of Connecticut has to offer. They're down 1 point right now, but just as we were saying earlier, it's little mistakes that's keeping them from pulling further and further ahead. To me, it's more mistakes Trumbull's making as opposed to Greenwich shutting them down.
I would agree with you there, Jeff. I think Trumbull's kind of in their worst enemy in this game. Greenwich has made some plays, but the plays that they've made has basically been on Trumbull errors. The big long touchdown they had at the just before half there was off a miscommunication in Trumbull secondary, allowing the receiver to come wide open. Trumbull was knocked down the door, about to take a 2-possession lead, and unfortunately we had a drop pass over the middle. Small mistakes like that, while they seem kind of minor during the moment, do add up towards the end of the game. Trumbull's kept to clean that up going into the second half. But other than that, I mean, some fantastic moves there. Unfortunately, they've had a limited success going deep. I think part of the problem with that, and I think I mentioned it already, was the issue with the size as far as the receivers go for Trumbull versus the Greenwich defenders. But they've been doing an excellent job winning the first down. When they've stuck to the run game, attacking them up the middle on first and second down, they've gained excellent yardage doing that and allowing themselves to kind of chip up in the medium to intermediate throws there. Over the middle to Corbin Smith, Ben Carley, Owen Solano. Make sure they get the ball in their playmakers' hands. If they continue to do that, I don't think the offense will be able to be stopped. Defense, again, keeping pressure on the quarterback. They've done an excellent job of that so far. The more they do that, it'll hide any issues they have in the secondary. So should someone come open, if you're able to get pressure on the quarterback the way that they have so far today, it'll allow your secondary the extra time and help they need in order to cover those receivers.
Yeah, I feel like the running game is solid so far. I wouldn't say that it's explosive, but I would say the running game is solid. The short passing game definitely has been pretty good. And just like you were saying, the deeper pass is what they need to work on. And it doesn't have to be the 40-yard bombs, but they need to, those more than 10-yard passes, they need to work on. So if they can connect on that one piece, I think they would be in good shape. All right, why don't we take a quick break? We'll be back here on the Trumbull Eagle Network and Trumbull Community Television.
Hi, this is Coach Vadas. You listen to 10, the Trumbull Eagles Network.
This is the story of a very special woman. Just a few knew about her superpowers. In a matter of seconds, she turned herself into a great
takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Hi, it's Olivia Munn with my shelter pets, Frankie and Chance. Say hi, guys. When I adopted them, I discovered that they both have incredible personalities. Chance's sole purpose in life is to love and to be loved. Frankie is a little bit of a scoundrel and always entertaining. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at the shelter pets.
Hey, Kevin, thinking about saving for retirement?
Yeah, but how do I start?
It's easy with Avo, a retirement coach. Let's learn the Avo bet. A's for taking action.
Not anxiety?
No, Kevin, you're gonna be fine.
You sing?
Barely. V is for variety.
Huh. Change up my strategy. Okay.
O is for optimize your savings.
Let Avo lead the way.
Visit aceyourretirement.org today. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Your daughter doesn't want to talk about why her room is a horrible mess. Your son doesn't want to talk about why he's wearing mismatching socks. Your spouse doesn't want to talk about their bad haircut. Families don't have to talk about everything, but they should talk to plan for an emergency. Pack basic supplies in the go bag. Water, canned food, flashlights, batteries, medical supplies, IDs, and some cash. Talk about where you'll meet in case you lose one another. Of course, don't forget to pack the dog treats. Talk to your family and make an emergency plan. Go to nyc.gov/readyny or call 311 to make your family's emergency plan. Brought to you by New York City Emergency Management and the Ad Council.
Hey y'all, Jeff Foxworthy here. Now, if you've ever found yourself repeating the same thing over and over for 75 years, you might be Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
That's why I'm filling in for Smokey to switch things up, because there's a lot more to say. And I should know because my grandfather was a firefighter. And one of the things he taught me is that the people that love the outdoors the most are often the ones accidentally starting wildfires, which means always BYOB. No, bring your own bucket to the campfire. And be extra careful with things like burning yard trimmings. Don't just walk away, or chances are you might be starting a wildfire. So for the love of the outdoors, go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Your daughter doesn't want to talk about why her room is a horrible mess.
So it's not, yeah.
Your son doesn't want to talk about why he's wearing mismatching socks. Your spouse doesn't want to talk about their bad haircut. Families don't have to talk about everything, but they should talk to plan for an emergency. Pack basic supplies in the go bag. Water, canned food, flashlights, batteries, medical supplies, IDs, and some cash. Talk about where you'll meet in case you lose one another. And of course, don't forget to pack the dog treats. Talk to your family and make an emergency plan. Go to nyc.gov/readyny or call 311 to make your family's emergency plan. Brought to you by New York City Emergency Management and the Ad Council.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and catch the bus. Text and miss your stop. Wait. Text and be late to work.
Sorry, I'm late.
Text and work. Text and pretend to work. Text and act surprised when someone calls you out for not working.
Who, me?
Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey.
Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone all the time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
ACBI is the largest privately held insurance broker in Connecticut, specializing in personal and commercial insurance. Contact Sean Rabinowitz today at 203-418-4192 or visit him online at acbi-ins.com.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta do.
Visit Paramenis Dental Group at our new state-of-the-art office at 105 Technology Drive right here in Trumbull, where we promote healthy teeth and gums for the whole family. Call Paramenis Dental at 203-459-8990 and visit us online at paramenisdentalgroup.com. The Trumbull Touchdown Club is the nonprofit booster club that supports and enhances all levels of the Trumbull High School football program. Current football families and alumni are encouraged and invited to join, get involved, and support the team. Membership starts at just $60 per year. Contact the Eagles at administrator@trumbullfootball.com for more information. The Trumbull Touchdown Club is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. All membership fees and donations are tax deductible.
For those...
I'm gonna...
Hi, this is Gary Kunshaft, Daniel Farm
and let the music of the band
You're
go.
listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagle Network. Go Eagles!
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one too.
What I was thinking was, so what I was thinking was, I would probably get takeout and bring it to the free. That's to do that. Sorry, I will touch base about that. Right, yeah, let's do that.
And Danbury. Okay. Rough.
Now that one, to get a parking spot, yeah. So I have the Verizon hotspot. That's not going to help me. That's what he was saying, that it's like not fully charged, but if I say plug it in, internet in your press box? When we pack up, let me show you what I got. I almost guarantee it will be enough. So then what do we do? You know what? Maybe I'll ask the tech here. You guys known as like a, what are you talking, 50-foot board? Yeah. Alright.
So you've got to run it down the power and then up all the way up to this button.
Look it up. So how long, when I talk to the tech guys here, what should I ask for? Or maybe I'll ask them. I'll get the tech guys here to give me something. What do I need? I know. Do they broadcast their games? No? Yeah. REF radio.
Fans, once again, let's hear it for the Trumbull High School Golden Eagle Marching Band.
This is Officer Wes Bartosik of the Trumbull Police Department and SRO at Hillcrest Middle School. You are listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagles Network.
Raffle tickets. We have the winning
Hi, everyone. Al Roker here. As a guy with his own catchphrase, I appreciate that after 75 years, Smokey's only said,
Only you can prevent wildfires.
But I'm filling in because there's a lot more to report. Like when it's dry or windy. Be careful burning yard waste, because wildfires can even start in your neighborhood. Go to SmokeyBear.com for more about wildfire prevention. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the area.
This is the story of a very special woman. Just a few knew about her superpowers. In a matter of seconds, she turned herself into a great mathematician. She masqueraded as a regular person at work, but as a superhero at home. Everyone knows her as Gabriella. I still call her Mom.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help, complete with tips and resources at aarp.org/caregiving.
Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Open calendar. What's my schedule looking like?
Next Thursday, you will be caught in an emergency flash flood between Park and First Street.
What? No, that doesn't work. I'm busy then. Decline. Decline.
Floods don't exactly work around your schedule. Disasters don't plan ahead, but you can. It starts with talking to your loved ones about making an emergency plan. So don't wait, communicate. Visit ct.gov/DESPP. Brought to you by Connecticut Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection, FEMA, and the Ad Council.
Sweet strawberry icing. You're in Goodwill, and just past that vintage denim jacket, you spot miniature donut earrings. You lean in. Ah, that's the scent of shopping success. Because at Goodwill, every item you buy funds local job training and more. So bring home those donut earrings and bring home so much good to your community. Goodwill. Bring good home. Brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
145 over 92.
180 over 111.
I had a heart attack and a cardiac arrest, and then a stroke.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life. Lowering your high blood pressure could save you from a heart attack or stroke. If you've stopped your treatment plan, restart it, or talk to your doctor about creating one that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourBP.org.
Now I'm, trying to get better, stronger than ever.
Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Medical Association, and the Ad Council.
Melissa from Michigan. I work an extra part-time job serving lunch at my child's school, but I still can't afford to pay for that.
Daniel from California. Choosing whether to pay the rent or pay to fix the car to get to work doesn't leave us with much.
All right, should we come back after this?
We can't even pay for meals.
Ready?
Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
And we welcome you back here at McDougal Stadium after halftime as Trumbull gets set to take on the Greenwich Cardinals for the second half of action this Friday night. Will's Ads are getting set to kick off, kicking towards the north end zone as we're getting set to get underway. So big drive, big second half here for Trumbull. They're only down by 1 point. They got to limit the mistakes, and I think if they do that, they're able to come out victorious here against this huge game with playoff implications in the line. So ball is kicked deep and received by number 2, who finds some space, makes some cuts, and he is pushed out of bounds after a fantastic return down to the Trumbull 49-yard line. Not the best start to the half here for Trumbull, Jeff, but the defense has held strong so far today, except for one miss-up. So we'll see if they're able to do that and limit those mistakes here going forward.
Yeah, it looked like the Eagles got their hands on him first at about the 35-yard line, and then he went another 10, 15 yards almost, just pushing his way forward and breaking tackles and getting darn close to the 50-yard, or past the 50-yard line. It's going to be at the Trumbull 49. So the Cardinals are going to have half a field on their first drive of the second half. Defense is going to really need to step it up.
So especially since Greenwich gets the first possession of the half here, Trumbull's got the hold strong. The ball in the far hash, quarterback in shotgun here for Greenwich. Quarterback gets a snap, hands the ball up the middle, and nothing going there. Trumbull's defensive line holds strong as they have so far all tonight. And it's number 77, Xavier Richardson, just man in that middle of the field there. Looked like he was kind of in the lead on that tackle.
A lot of strong defensive stops by Zeze tonight.
Just a really
Second down and 10 for the Cardinals.
Second and 10, really no gain there. It's very helpful when you have such a strong body in the middle of the field like that. Of course, Del Miranda on the edge coming in to help, and then our 2 linebackers, Jordan Black and Jake Peterson, also making their impact known. So now, second and 10. 3 receivers on the near side, no running back in the backfield. Quarterback drops back to pass, looks to throw. Fires it deep, wide open in the middle is number 4 of Greenwich, and it's a quick score here, Jeff. It's his 3rd time now there's been a wide open receiver in the middle of the field. I don't know what's happened there for Trumbull defense.
Yeah, those safeties are not getting in coverage. Like you said, he was wide open. Not the start of the second half. Trumbull wanted. They let the kickoff return come all the way out past the 50-yard line. Receiver wide open in the middle of the field. And Greenwich is now up 19-12. After the point after, it'll be 20-12. So now it's a touchdown and 2-point conversion down for the Eagles. The offense and defense are going to need to really step it up now.
So Trumbull is not without range of striking back, but the pass defense here is going to have to make up some effort. Kick is up. Line drive kick, it is good. Greenwich does score. Greenwich scored a 28-12. Like you just said, it's tough because if it weren't for these errant, wide open pass plays there by Greenwich, Trumbull probably up 12-6 at this point, if that.
Yeah, the Eagles started getting a little bit better and a little bit better through the first half, just like they've done in all these games so far. And you just come out and you're done on the first drive and just the first couple of plays. So they're going to need to settle back down and get this under control. We saw the offense was able to move the ball on the ground and in the air in the first half. I'm confident they're going to be able to do that again, but they can't be making those mistakes. Again, I feel like Greenwich did beat them on that, but I feel like those little mistakes that they're making, they need to clean that up or they're going to be in big trouble.
And on Instagram at
Trumble's offense take the field now as they get a chance to
back to return to the Eagles, number 1, Owen Solano, and number 5, Corbin Smith. On the kick for the Cardinals, number 31, Sergio Green.
And Greenwich gets set to kick off here. Big offensive drive here for Trumbull going forward. So waiting for the return is number 5, Corbin Smith, number 1, Owen Solano. It's a short pooch kick, received there by number 7, Danny Kelly for Trumbull. Danny looking for some space, and doesn't find much as he's brought down at about the 33-yard line for a modest gain there. As Trumble's offense gets set to take the field here.
Hunter Gussie coming back out. Let's see what the Eagles can do. Let's see what they worked on at halftime. We know that Coach Moore and Coach Petrossi are going to make some offensive adjustments. Let's see if they were able to clean up some of those passes that were just out of the range of some of the receivers on some earlier attempts.
So we'll see now. Where Trumbull's able to go with the ball here. Big offensive drive now moving forward. It looks like Corbin Smith's in a quarterback. Corbin gets a snap, fakes the handoff, looks for some space, and doesn't find much. Coach Brendan Moore's frustrated there. It looks like he did not go his way. It was supposed to be drawn up. And it's 2nd and 9. Jeff, I don't know if I like the fanciness here. I think Trumbull's got to stick with what they've working so far. Kind of risky. They got to get some yards in this.
Yeah, I like when they do that change-up, put Corbin in, and they run that wildcat type formation when it was like, 3rd and short, that kind of thing. But on first down, let's put the ball in Hunter's hands and let's see him put the ball in the air, or let's hand it off and put it in the running back's hands.
So now Corbin's staying in a quarterback, it appears. Nick Cincinnati in behind him. Looks like Gusty is in at receiver now. Jeff. Owen Solano goes in motion. Corbin looks for some space, cuts the outside, gets a mean stiff arm, but the Greenwich defense holds strong and grabs his jersey and whips him to the ground. He gains about 2 more on that, so 3rd and about 6.
Yeah, he was grabbed by the jersey and just thrown around like a carnival ride.
3rd down and 7 for the Eagles.
3rd and 6 there for Trumbull. Big 3rd down play here. They have to stay blow here with Greenwich.
And I would think they're going to need to actually run a legit offensive play, put the ball in Hunter's hands and let him pass it.
Yep, so Gus is back in at quarterback. 2 receivers either side. Just a rifle snap. Greenwich showing blitz. Augusta goes to his right, looks to throw. Getting pressured. Fires out to number 1, Owen Solano, and makes a tough catch. The defender jumping over the top of him. Looks like he gets up for first down. Big break there for Trumbull.
Yeah, just a couple inches past the offensive line, but it was straight across the field, basically directly across from our vantage point. And he definitely had that first down.
So it'll be 1st and 10 now. Ball at the Trumbull 43-yard line. 43-yard line or so.
I would say this is a key drive after giving up that previous touchdown to not just get the momentum back, but make a statement that we're not letting this game get out of hand.
Augusta drops back to pass, looks to throw. Has time, fires deep for Corbin. It's a risky throw, and it's tipped incomplete. Falls harmlessly to the turf. It was tough when Corbin had some separation there, but however, the ball was a little late and a little high. The ball is incomplete. It'll be 2nd down now.
Yeah, I was going to say a little bit too much of an arc on that pass. Which allowed, when you put it up that much higher, it means that it takes that much longer to get to the receiver, which allowed the defenders to get there.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 now. Ball on the far hash. Trumbull is moving the ball. They got to make sure they continue to gain yards there on these second and first down plays. Ball, 3 receivers on the near side. Owen Slaughter's the lone receiver to the far. Nick Giorgiani lined up behind Augusti and at running back. Augusti drops back to pass, looks to throw, fires out quick to Corbin Smith. He makes the catch, but was tackled hard quickly by number 6, Greenwich. Not before the catch is made, though. And it's a gain of about 6. It'll be 3rd and 4. So nice job by Corbin hanging on after the hard hit. And the ball is at about
3rd down and 6 for the Eagles.
Ball's about at the Trumbull 46-yard line. So ball in the near hash now. Augusti in at quarterback. Augusti gets the snap, drops back to pass, looks to throw. Fires out quickly to Ben Carley, who makes the catch. Tough grab there. But it's not enough for first down. It'll be 4th and about 4. 2-yard gain. Trumble's got a tough decision here, Jeff. Do they go for it or kick it? I think they're going to kick it here.
Yeah, that was a good catch by Ben Carley, but it was only for a couple yards. I would have thought on 3rd down, you want to at least get it to the receiver who's at the first down marker, if not pretty darn close to it. So, yeah, at midfield, 4th and about 5, they are going to punt it away, and the defense is going to need to hold on this next drive.
So waiting for the snap is Corbin Smith in a punter. High snap, Corbin gets it, and he fakes it. He's going to run. Now he's not so sure anymore. Where's he going to go with it? Looking, can he find the edge, Jeff? He's gonna try, he dives for it. Did he get it? I don't know, it's close. It's gonna be close there, Jeff. I think they're gonna give it to him.
It's gonna be very, very close.
Where it's placed, I don't know, but what an effort by Corbin Smith. I don't even know if it was a designed run or not, but he got it. Juked to his left, ran to the right, dove for the edge. I don't know, we'll have to see if he's close, if he made it or not.
It's gonna obviously depend on the spot.
Trumbull's offense is taking the field. Might be optimistic wishful thinking, or he might have actually made it, I don't know. But man, what an effort there by Corbin Smith.
No sign yet.
Man, I don't know here, Jeff. I think they might have come up just short on that. Actually, It looks like they're pushing it back now. I'm not sure what
what's the call.
It might have been a hold there by Trumbull or blocking the back.
Oh, holding on. It looks like holding on the Eagles.
Despite the miraculous effort there by Corbin.
First down and 10 for the Cardinals.
First down and 10 for the Cardinals at the Trumbull 36. Quick pass out to number 11 of Greenwich, but it's a low pass as he has to dive for it. Falls to the turf, and actually it's a loss of about 5 in the play.
So if there was holding on Trumbull, why would they have not replayed the down?
See, that's why I'm not sure. It might not have even been holding on the play. It's some penalty that pushed Trumbull back. I didn't give me a signal, so I couldn't quite tell what it was. Regardless, the conversion was no good, and Greenwich then took over at the Trumbull 36-yard line.
Yeah, I'm very confused. If they're implementing the penalty, usually, I mean, it's not intentional grounding where it's lost a down. You would think they would have replayed it, so I'm not sure what we're missing.
So 2nd and 10. Greenwich quarterback drops back to pass, pump fakes, looks to throw, has some time. Now rolls to his right. Now he's getting pressured. Getting stepped up, and he finds a wide open receiver, number 16. He breaks free and breaks another tackle, looking for some space. Corbin hits him from behind, but not before he gets the first down to the 5-yard line, 1st and goal. And Trumbull can't allow himself to unravel. He definitely got to hold strong.
That was a good analogy for what you said. I think it is starting to unravel for Trumbull. They need to really step it up right now and put a stop on this, because if Greenwich punches this in and makes it 27-12, that's a big gap that you're facing. And in the first half, where the Eagles made a very strong statement that they're here to play against a darn good team, right now they're getting pushed around on both sides of the field.
So now Greenwich in at the 5-yard line here, 1st and 5 and goal. Greenwich hands the ball off to number 16, looks for some space to the edge, and he doesn't find any there. As Trumble's able to stop that one there. Number 13,
number 16, George Von Verlicus. Tackled by the Eagles.
We are approaching 7 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Jeff Alterman, Sawyer Nicholas on the Trumbull Eagle Network and Trumbull Community Television.
6:55 left in the 3rd quarter.
2nd down and goal for the Cardinals.
2nd and goal. Trumbull with a good stop and 1st down. 2 receivers to either side. I'm sorry, 2 receivers on the other side, 1 to the far. Quarterback rolls to his right, looks to throw. Finding some space, looking for it, fires over the middle, and it falls incomplete. Good pressure there by number 9, Black, number 32, Jim Peterson. And it brings up a big 3rd and goal here for Trumbull.
Another opportunity for the defense to try to get the stop If they can hold them and just kick the field goal, that could be a small victory for the Eagles.
Perhaps even stop them. I wouldn't be surprised if Greenwich goes for a 4th down and goal play here too. So 3rd and goal, ball at the 5. Trumbull has to hold strong here. Cannot let up a big play. So waiting here now. Quarterback sends the receiver in motion, then comes back to the other side. Quarterback drops the pass, looks still, is pressured. Fires over the middle, and no one was there. Trumbull catches a break, incomplete. Looks like it was number 20, Justin Delaney, and number 5 was on the coverage. Keyshawn Barber was the one waiting for the reception, and it's 4th down now. I don't know if they're going to kick the field here, Jeff. Looks like they might try it.
Are they bringing in the kicking team?
Looks to be.
Yep.
So we'll see what their field goal game is. They have converted on both extra points. This is not much farther than extra point conversion would be.
Now I would say to the Eagles to be aware of a fake in this particular scenario.
4th and 5. Ball is snapped, kick is up, and it's a doozy. It's good.
He would have made it 20 yards further back.
Now it's 23-12 in favor of Greenwich.
Now, with that particular field goal, now it's 11 points. Now it's a 2-possession game. So the offense can't afford to be not just 3 and out. They can't afford to punt the ball away. They need to put points on the board with 6 minutes and 26 seconds left. So far in the second half, Trumbull's been pushed around. They have not established any fight so far in the second half. They need to step it up big time, both offense and defense.
They need a big play here, Jeff. And I know they've been kind of, they have not been at a premium so far today. The few opportunities they've had, they haven't quite converted on. But they need a big play here by one of the big playmakers. Whether it be Corbin, Owen Solano, Ben Carley. Tuccinardi's been kind of he had a good first half. I'd like to see him get the ball a little bit more here. They got to get some chunk plays here. And to do that, I think we're kind of shifting momentum in their favor. They score here, Jeff. They're right back in it. Okay, there's still a whole another quarter after this. It's about half the first 3 quarters left in the game. They got plenty of time left here, but they got to remind themselves that they were right in with Greenwich at the beginning of the game. Minus these big chunk plays that they've been giving up, they've been held in their own. So they got to keep pushing forward here. So we'll see if their offense is able to take the field and take control again.
And once again, in several games so far this year, Trumbull has allowed themselves to fall back by quite a few points. They did it against Staples, they did it against Ludlow, and once again now they're down by 11 against Greenwich, and then big uphill to climb now to try to get back into this.
So the number 31 of Greenwich can set to kick. Waiting for the kick is number 5, Owen Smith, and number 1, Owen Solano. Kind of a pooch kick again, this time towards Owen Solano as he fields it and looks for some space. Owen finds some space in the middle, and he's got a break. Can he break free? He is tackled by the kicker, but not before dragging him along for another 6-7 yards. And there's our chunk play there, Jeff. That's kind of momentum we needed. Brings it all the way down to the Greenwich 39-yard line. Excellent return.
That was hopefully a momentum builder for the Eagles. So short field for them now as they're going to take over at the Greenwich 43, so less than half a field to go. Golden opportunity for the Eagles to put themselves right back in this game.
It's a big play there for Trumbull on the return team. Special teams playing well so far today, minus the extra point misses. So we now see here as Trumbull gets set to go on offense. Need to score here. 6:16 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Ball on the far hash. Corbin Smith is the lone receiver. 2 receivers to the near side. Agasti hands the ball to Tuccinardi. Tuccinardi looks for some space, turns those legs, and gains about 4 yards in the first down.
And that's good. Get 4 yards. That's a positive play. Again, you don't have to hit the home run on every single play. Just pick up positive yardage, and that's what he did.
I love the way you mentioned that, Jeff, because the more yards you gain per play, the better. It just keeps your momentum moving and allows you to open up your playbook a little more. Looks like we have a player down here for Greenwich.
All right, so while the trainers tend to the Greenwich player, we will take a quick break on TCTV and the Trumbull Eagle Network.
Hi, this is Principal Rickert, principal of Hillcrest Middle School, and you are listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagles Network.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
And we welcome you back here to McDougal Stadium on this beautiful Friday night as Trumbull's driving their way towards the end zone here, attacking the north end zone. They attempt to cut the lead down as the score is 12-23 in favor of Greenwich. Needing a momentum shift here and a score. Ball on the far hash here. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. The rest of drops back to pass, looks to throw. Has some time. Fires out to Tuccinati. It's a low pass. Falls incomplete. Kind of a shame there. Tuccinati had some space, had to be able to catch it.
Very, very close to him trying to scoop that up, but it does touch the turf, so it is incomplete. So that's going to bring up 3rd and about 7. Big 3rd down here. Trumbull's got to get back in this. They can't afford to be punting the ball away.
So let's see here if Trumbull's able to take this first down. It's a huge first down needed here for Trumbull. Big 3rd down play. They've done a relatively good job converting so far here today, but they've got to be able to convert on this one now. This might be 4th down territory for him, Jeff. I don't know. We'll see now. 3rd and 7. Ball out to the 40-yard line. Gussie drops back to pass, looks to throw. Fires it over the middle, and what a catch there by Corbin Smith in double coverage as they converged on him. I don't know how he found the ball there, Jeff, but he did. Huge first down. That's, again, one of the big plays you need if you're a Trumbull team.
Corbin didn't just catch that in traffic. He caught that in rush hour traffic. There were multiple defenders surrounding him, and he was able to, and kudos to Hunter as well, to thread that needle and get it to him. But that was a great catch through several defenders on the Greenwich side.
We have unfortunate news, though. It looks like there's a penalty flag in the play against Trumbull, so I don't know if that's going to count. But regardless, an excellent play there by Corbin Smith, and actually a fantastic job threading the needle there by Quinter Gosti, too, on that throw. So we'll see if it gets pushed back. I believe it may be.
Yeah, they haven't moved the box forward.
Tough break there for Trumbull. Tough break.
Yeah, and they're marching that back.
So huge break there for Greenwich's defense. As it pushes Trumbull back, they're now at the 50-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and about 15.
And just when you were saying the momentum was starting to sort of shift back to the Eagles, that's a momentum killer.
So 3rd and about 16. They need the 32. They're at the 50.
And they need to make sure they put the ball at the 1st down marker. Don't throw it too short of it.
So Gussie drops back to pass, looks to throw. Fires it over the middle. Oh, to Corbin Smith. And a tough break off his hands, not something you see very often. And a falls incomplete. They're going to have to punt it here, Jeff.
And that hit the hands of Corbin at the original line of scrimmage. So even if he would have caught it, he would have needed another 10 yards to get past that. So another disappointing offensive drive by the Eagles. So that's a couple drives now that have been disappointing so far in the second half. The Eagles have not come out of the locker room yet after a very strong showing in the first half.
I would agree with you on that, Jeff. We'll have to see if they will turn around here as 5:45 remaining in the 3rd quarter. So Corbin Smith waiting for the snap. Corbin waiting. Corbin gets the snap. Looks to punt. Does punt. It's a pretty good kick as it goes high and deep. The Greenwich receiver runs up for it. It's 7, dives, makes the third pass. This will now be 1st and 10 here for Greenwich taking over.
Ball is being marked, excuse me, at about the, just shy of the 30.
So not a bad punt there for Corbin, about 20 yards.
Oh, and then pushing it a little bit further back, so I'd say about the 26, 27.
Okay, so even better. About 22-yard play. 5:39 left in the 4th quarter. Trumbull still in it. They need to get a stop here on defense, though. Ball is handed off to the far sideline, and no space there for the Greenwich run game. Trumbull stops them for no gain there. Number 54, Cooper Dayton, and number 47,
play by the Eagles, number 47, Ben Carley.
Beautiful clear night at McDougal Stadium. Temperature dropped below 60 just now, so it's 59 degrees. Packed McDougal Stadium on the home side for this big game. Again, the biggest game for the Eagles since the 2010 state championship game at Richland Field. But the Eagles need to step it up right now to get back in this game.
So 2nd and 8. 3 receivers on the near side. Quarterback drops back to pass, looks to throw. Steps in the pocket now, looks to run. Finds some space, and he's open. He's got some room, and he slides down for a 1st down for Greenwich.
Greenwich takes the ball to midfield. Trumbull's defense again is getting pushed around out there.
For the Cardinals.
So now push him all the way down to about the 49-yard line. Trumbull, so just about a 20-yard gain there by Jack Wilson, the quarterback. So Trumbull's going to have to hold tight here, Jeff. They can't allow another touchdown or even another score on the board. Greenwich waiting for the snap. Ball is snapped, drops back to pass, looks to throw, has pressure, steps up, looks to run again. Met hard by Corbin Smith, but he bounces off him and then jumps out of bounds for about a 6-yard gain there on that run there by number 14, Jack Wallace.
I think Corbin put a shoulder into him and was hoping it was going to knock him over, and it didn't. It stopped him, but he stayed on his feet and was able to keep going a little bit further. So 2nd and about 4 for the Cardinals from the Trumbull 45. 4:19 to go in the third quarter.
For the Cardinals.
And I see first selectman Vicky Tesoro.
So Greenwich now hands the ball up the middle, and probably the best run of the night for them.
Cardinals carry number 16, George Bombalicus.
Number 16 for Greenwich.
Tackling on the play by the Eagles, number 8, Homer Hoffman.
So about 5. The first or third and short. Perhaps the first down if playing the spot. And they will get a first down on that. Number 54, quicker date in the attack.
First down and 10 for the Cardinals.
So first and 10. Trumbull needing to stop here, as Greenwich has moved the ball well. Ball at the 41-yard line. Greenwich quarterback gets a snap, hands the ball up, fake handoff, out to number 13, that's Barber. But Corbin Smith has none of that as he's able to tackle quickly.
Pass complete to number 13, Faison Barber. From number 14, Jack Wilson. Tackled by the Eagles, number 72.
So while we're waiting for the next play to get set up, we have first selectman Vicky Tesoro joining us on 10 and TCTV. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Got to unmute your mic. Now you can talk.
Oh, thank you. What a great night here tonight. Beautiful night. Lots of fans here tonight.
So we'll see now as Greenwich takes over on 2nd and about 6. 3 receivers the far side, 1 to the near. Quarterback waits for the snap. Ball snap. Quarterback drops back to pass. Looks to throw. Fires it deep. He has Barber. Can Barber make the catch? He does not. Corbin Smith, excellent coverage there on that play, and he forces the third down play.
And I think Corbin was very close to getting flagged on that one as well. He was very close on the Trumbull defender. So, Mr. Tesoro, tell us what you're doing out at McDougal Stadium, enjoying the nice fresh air of the fall?
I am enjoying this night. It's what a splendid night for a football game to watch our team play. And that Corbin Smith, he's all over the field.
Yes.
I hear his name all the time.
Yeah, Sawyer, why don't you share the nickname you came up with him?
We've gone with Mr. Do-It-All.
That's a great name.
Let's do it all. So now it's 3rd and about 6 here. Quarterback for Greenwich rolls to his left, looks to run, steps up and has some space, and he's able to avoid a hard hit by the Trumbull defense.
I couldn't tell who made that initial contact. I think it might have been Justin Delaney on the original hit.
A mixture of him and
Ball
number 8
spotted at the 29-yard line, first down and 10 for the
dives forward
Cardinals.
and falls for first down.
So, Mr. Sora, what do you think? Are we going to get the stop here and get the ball back and punch it in the end zone?
Without a doubt. Who could doubt that?
Who's going to score the next touchdown for Trumbull?
Corbin Smith.
There you go.
It's a safe bet. I put my money on him, too. All right, so now 1st and 10, ball at the 30-yard line. Ball in the far hash. Greenwich quarterback ready for the snap. This ball is snapped, hands off up the middle, and Trumbull's defense is ready for that play, so they'll jump in there quickly. Look at number 32,
number 16,
Good defensive stop. The defensive line for Trumbull got right up there and closed up those gaps instantly, so he only picked up, looks like a yard or 2. Ben Carley coming off to the sideline.
Nice stop there.
So, Vicky, if you were the defensive coordinator, what play would you call in now?
Well, let's see. I would say a screen pass. How's that?
We're on defense now.
Oh, defense. Sorry. I'm not running for the football coach. Just for first selection.
Ball is, quarterback drops back to pass. Steps up. Is pressured. Is able to escape. Looks for some space. Now he's run all drive, and he does again. Chased out of bounds by number 32, Jake Peterson.
That's the play I would have called.
That's what you would have called? Tell Jake Peterson to put on the afterburners and go after him.
So it's after that run, it's a gain of about 6. It'll be 3rd and 2.
So we'll have you stay with us for a couple minutes just till Trumbull gets the ball back, and then you can start calling plays.
Third down.
No.
3 for the Cardinals.
It's a third and about 3 here for Greenwich. Big third down here for Trumbull. You got to get a stop here and get the ball back for your offense. It's now already a 2-possession game. Ball at the 22-yard line near hash. 2 receivers to either side. Greenwich quarterback waiting for the snap. Looks back at his wristband as he looks at his play change here coming in. I don't know here, Jeff. It might be a run play. I'm not sure. Ball is snapped. Quick pass out, and wide open is number 4. One man to beat, and he's not able to beat him as Justin Delaney makes a touchdown-saving tackle, but it's another first down.
He was wide open. There was not a defender very close, and Delaney had to come to the outside to pick him up, but well after the catch was made. So, again, a defensive meltdown by the Eagles in the second half. They are not playing as sharp as they were in the first half.
Still a chance here to stop Greenwich before they reach the end zone. They were able to do it last time Greenwich was this deep. They forced a field goal. See if they can do it again here. Ball in the near hash. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near.
It's time for Cooper Dayton to put some pressure on.
See if he does that. Ball is handed off to number 16. Jake Peterson grabs in there, or jumps in there, I should say, and grabs number 16 and drags him.
That was a nice play.
Yeah, good strong tackle by Jake Peterson as he took the Greenwich runner to the ground.
Shot on the play, the lead is number 32, Jake Peterson, second and goal.
So 2nd and 5.
Ball at about the 5-yard line. Ball in the far hash now. No running back. 5 receivers out in the field. Quarterback drops back to pass. Rolls to his right. Looks to throw. Now he's going to run. Can he get in there? And he tries for it. Doesn't look like he may. Oh, he did. I apologize. He does make it in. Despite Jake Peterson's best efforts, and the Greenwich touchdown.
Looked like Peterson was parallel to the ground to make that stop and pushed him right into another Greenwich player, but he got over the line. So this second half has not been kind to the Eagles.
No, tough break there for Trumbull.
Has not been.
No, not at all.
48 seconds left to go in the third quarter. So see Greenwich to attempt the extra point here.
Sergot Boone going for the extra point.
Ball is snapped, kick is up, and this is probably his highest kick of the night, and that one sails to the uprights. Almost over the fence there, Jeff, and it is good for Greenwich.
Mr. Sora, do you want to know who the kicker who just kicked the ball for Greenwich, who his father is?
I do not.
That would be Aaron Boone, the manager of the New York Yankees.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's exciting.
I think we were told he was in attendance.
Maybe, yeah, I was going to say Aaron must be here since the Yankees are
not. Exactly,
I was making that joke off the air. I wasn't going to say it on, but
we do apologize to our New York listeners. But,
well, we're Yankee fans, so it's okay.
That is true.
WON, one of our sister stations in New York, is not simulcasting tonight's game, so we can say that.
That's good.
We lucked out there.
All right, so after the kickoff, Mr. Soro, are we going with a run? Are we going for a pass? What are we doing with the first offensive play?
I think they should go for a run.
Run up the middle, the left, the right.
I'll take a run up the left.
Run to the left, all right.
Run to the left.
We'll radio it down to Coach Moore and let him know.
Greenwich getting set to kick here now. Ball at the 40-yard line, kicking towards the south end zone. Back to receiver, number 5, Corbin Smith, and number 1, Owen Solano.
And Sergot Boone about to boom off the kick. Again, we haven't seen one of their fakes yet. We know Greenwich loves to do that.
See if they decide to throw the dagger with that play now, or if we're going to hold on to it. Let's see, so kick is up, and it's a deep one. Over the head of Corbin Smith. He's going to let it sail through the end zone for a touchback, and Trumbull's offense will take the field.
Okay, so we're going to see if we get that run. It was to the left, we said, right?
That's right.
Okay, if Corbin breaks it to the left for an 80-yard touchdown, you might have a new career.
That might be a good thing.
All right, so ball at the 20-yard line. Moving forward here.
First down and 10 for the Eagles from their own 20-yard line.
Hunter Agosti's back in at quarterback. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Justin Delaney, the lone receiver. Tuccinardi in a running back behind Hunter Agosti. Ball is dropped back. Agosti throws over the middle. Ben Carley makes a tough catch, and he stays on his feet, pushes forward, and
good
it's a
call.
nice play there over the middle for a first down.
Yeah, quick pass up to Ben Carley. We haven't seen him too much recently, and we always say that when you put the ball in his hands, the chains tend to move, so they need to keep doing that.
It's a nice play there by Ben Carley. Making a tough catch as well as pushing forward. And Trumbull's on the move here. They got to keep moving as time is running out.
30 seconds left in the quarter.
Gusty rolls to his right, looks to throw. Steps up now, fires, finds Corbin Smith. He makes a fantastic grab with the defender over his back. And again, moving the ball here again.
Number 5, Corbin Smith from number 2, Hunter Gusty.
And I would say to Trumbull, get a couple more plays off in the third quarter. We don't have a lot of time to play with. We do have the fourth quarter, but I wouldn't just let it tick away. I'd get at least another play off, maybe 2 if you could.
So with that being said, 15 seconds left in the third quarter. Ball now at the Trumbull 45. 3 receivers from the near side, ball in the far hash. Gossett drops back to pass, looks to throw, has pressure, fires over the middle, finds Ben Carley, he makes the catch, and drags his defender forward for a gain of about 7.
Eagles pass once again complete to number 47, Ben Carley from number 2, Hunter Gusty.
All right, Mr. Sora, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank
and
you
with
for
all
having me.
the craziness in the last couple of years, we appreciate all your phone calls and all the information you're sharing with us. So thanks for joining us, and have a great rest of your night.
Thank you, and let's get the Eagles back on the scoreboard here a little bit more.
Yes, hopefully. Thank you. Well, that was a treat.
Yeah, it sure was. I didn't know that we would get that kind of treat. That was very exciting.
I just saw a first selectman walking down along the bleachers, and I figured, what the heck? Let's go see if we can get her to come up and join us for a couple minutes.
What are the odds of that? But here we are. We got a wide range of guests here at the network, as you can tell.
We opened up with Kim Lombardi in the first game at Staples.
That's fair, and it's the former president of the Touchdown Club, and now we have the first select woman, I should say, at Trumbull. So there's no limit to who we can get up there on the 10 network. So exciting things going on.
All right, so we need a very different fourth quarter than what we had in the third quarter, because Trumbull was very strong on the run, very strong on the pass, defensively, very strong. Third quarter, they just came out flat.
Yeah.
If they can play like they played in the first quarter and clean up a few of those little mistakes they were making, they could get back into this game. But if they play like they did in the third quarter, it's going to be a long rest of the night.
So Gus drops back to pass, looks to throw, fires over the middle, and exactly what we couldn't have happen just did. Greenwich gets the interception, finds his way down the field, and he is gone for a touchdown. Tough break there for Greenwich. I'm not sure exactly who he was looking for there.
Interception for touchdown number 6, John Serrata.
And he knifes his way through the Trumbull offense in for a touchdown.
And he ran right through, I don't know how many Greenwich players, ran right back through the line and nearly untouched to run that all the way back. So Greenwich blows this wide open, 36-12 now. Now it's starting to get out of hand for the Eagles.
Tough break there for the offense. It looked like they had some momentum there. But pick 6 is not what you need there for the Trumbull offense. And a tough break there. But the number 31, Boone, is getting set to do the extra point. We'll see if he's successful in doing so. There's 11:48 left in the fourth quarter. So waiting for the snap. Ball is snapped. Kick is up, and he drains it. And it is now 30.
Extra point by number 31. So Boone is good.
Yep, 36. No, I'm sorry, 37-12.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back here in just a moment. Well, we just had First Selectman Tesora on, so we might as well have her take us to break.
All right.
This is First Selectman Vicky Tesoro, and you are listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagles Network.
Your daughter doesn't want to talk about why her room is a horrible mess. Your son doesn't want to talk about why he's wearing mismatching socks. Your spouse doesn't want to talk about their bad haircut. Families don't have to talk about everything, but they should talk to plan for an emergency.
Yeah, good point. Excellent
Pack
point.
basic supplies in the go bag. Water, canned food, flashlights, batteries, medical supplies, IDs, and some cash. Talk about where you'll meet in case you lose one another. And of course, don't forget to pack the dog treats. Talk to your family and make an emergency plan. Go to nyc.gov/readyny or call 311 to make your family's emergency plan. Brought to you by New York City Emergency Management and the Ad Council.
And we welcome you back to McDougal Stadium after the tough break by the Trumbull offense and a pick 6 by Greenwich. Brought the score up to 37-12 in favor of the Cardinals. So third number 31, Boone, getting set to make the kickoff, either to number 5, Corbin Smith, or number 1, Owen Solano. It's a line drive kick, takes a funny bounce towards Owen, but he fields it well as he looks for some space, and it's nailed there at the 30-yard line.
Eagles return number 1, Owen Solano.
Sets up Trumbull now at the 30-yard line.
Trumbull's going to need one heck of an explosion in the fourth quarter to have any shot at this game, and it's going to have to start right now on this drive. If you do not score on every time you get your hands on the ball and put it in the end zone, it's pretty much over.
So Trumbull now getting set to take over an offense again. Goski in the quarterback, drops up the pass, looks to throw, has plenty of time, fires over the middle, looking for Tuchinardi, and this time they're at the flag.
Penalty flag on the play.
Tries to look for the ball. Looks like there was some tugging there, probably about the defensive holding or perhaps pass interference on the defense.
And it looked like the defender even got their feet tripped up with Tuch's feet as well.
So that'll be a little break there for Trumbull. They will be able to move the ball here. Puts him down at the 50-yard line.
They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. First down and 10 for the Eagles.
47-yard line. Ball thrown deep over the middle to Owen Solano. Falls incomplete. There was pressure on the
pass intended for number 1.
It looked like the pass was a little too far out in front of him. Just a little too far for him to be able to make the grab. If it would have been a little more on target, he might have been able to break that.
So now it is 2nd and 10. Ball at the 47-yard line of Trumbull.
And the bleachers at McDougal have started to empty out a little bit.
The Trumbull faithful are still showing their support in a majority fashion, as most are still here. It's now 2nd and 10. Ball at the 47-yard line. Augusti in at quarterback. Bunch receivers to the near side. One lone receiver to throw. Augusti drops back to pass, looks to throw. Faces pressure, fires it deep. Looking for Owen Solano again, and just can't quite connect with him tonight, Jeff, as it falls incomplete.
Pass intended for number 1.
And Solano had the defender beat, number 13, Chase Barber, for the Cardinals. And once again, which has happened many, many times tonight, the ball is placed just a little bit too far out in front. If it would have been a little bit more on target, he had his defender beat, he would have taken it to the house.
Tough break there for Trumbull. They just can't quite seem to connect on the deep end if they need to. So 3rd and 10 now. 3 receivers on the near side, 1 to the far. Augusti drops back to pass, looks to throw. Fires out, and behind the receiver, number 1, Owen Solano. Chase Barber had his hands on it. Probably had to put out the pick.
Eagles pass broken up by the Cardinals, number 13, Chase Barber.
Don't know if Trumbull's going to go for it.
4th down and 10.
At this point, I guess they might as well go for it here, it looks like.
You might as well, because you can't afford not to go for it. They're down, 25 points. You're down 4 scores.
Trumbull's not completed a pass on this drive. The only yardage gain was off the penalty from Greenwich. So big 4th down play here. 3 receivers on the near side. Augusti on the quarterbacks. Draws back to pass. Faces tough pressure. Is able to avoid it. Fires deep, looking for Ben Carley, and it's just not there, as it's incomplete.
Pass falls incomplete, and the Cardinals.
The receivers had to adjust as Hunter was under pressure, and Ben Carley did try to adjust and came to the sideline, came running to the sideline to try to make that catch, but the ball was a little bit in front. He just barely missed it, and his frustration on the sideline is showing right now.
Yeah, I'm sure frustration across the entire sideline for Trumbull. It was just in the first half, it seemed so close, and then slowly but surely, Greenwich was able to chip away, and then cap off some big plays, and it really just, kind of fell apart here for Trumbull moving forward. So it's kind of been a lopsided affair here between Greenwich and Trumbull up to this point, historically here, Jeff. I think in the past 15 years, Trumbull's only had 4 victories, and I think that might be getting their heads there towards the later half of this evening. So now quarterback for Greenwich, hands the ball through the middle, and looking for some space, and probably his best run of the night as he's pushing and pushing and pushing, but Trumbull then forces him back. The gain of about 6 there. That's number 16 for Greenwich.
As you were talking about some of the games that have happened in the past, this week in the year 2013, Trumbull played Greenwich. Trumbull came into the game 4-1. Greenwich was ranked in the top 5 in the state, and Trumbull ended up knocking off the Cardinals. So I was hoping we would have had a little history on our side, but unfortunately history is not repeating in 2021.
Trumbull still has plenty of time in this season. With the way the playoff floor is out, you really can afford to lose maybe 2 or 3 games. So handoff up the middle now for Greenwich again. Tackle number 77, Davion Robinson.
Once again on the carry, number 35, Jack Koningsberg.
And this game for Trumbull would have been huge because clearly it would have been a statement win against one of the top programs in the state. But not only for the statement that it makes, you know that Greenwich is going to win a heck of a lot more games the rest of the way. You'd pick up those extra points for each one of those wins that they'd have as well, so you get doubly it hurts.
That's true. So for our listeners at home, playoff seeding works as follows. The more wins you get against quality teams from your conference or your level, double L, who have wins themselves, the more points you get towards your final record. Trumbull's 2 of their wins this season come against teams that are winless, both Stanford and West Hill. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I don't know if they're quite winless, but they are limited wins. So wins tonight would definitely help in their playoff points as far as that goes. Number 35 for Greenwich is running away up the middle of the field, and he finds some space.
Cardinals carry number 35, Jack Koningsberg. Shot on the play, the Eagles number 32, Jake Peterson.
Fourth quarter.
And I would think the Cardinals from this point forward are going to be run heavy to run the clock. They're not going to 100% on the ground, but I would think many of their plays are going to be on the ground, knowing that they want to run that clock out.
I would agree with you on that, Jeff. See now what they go for on the play runs for second down here for Greenwich. So Trumbull does have some big ticket items still left on the play. They have St. Joe's and Richfield still looming. 2 of those games will really tell whether or not they're playoffs or in their future here. So the ball is handed off at the middle again, number 35, and he's turning his feet, and he's tackled eventually by number 70 for Trumbull.
Once again, number 35, Jack Koningsberg.
Side loop.
Shot by the Eagles, number 70, Lucas Sillitt.
So that brings him all the way down to the 25-yard line. The clock is still running.
First down and 10 for the Cardinals.
First down and 10, ball on the 25-yard line. Looking ahead to next week, Trumbull has Fairfield Ward at Fairfield Ward High School. Transfer down there. Trumbull has not played Fairfield Ward since, I believe, I was a junior in high school, Jeff. So that'll be 2015. Ball is handed off up the middle now to number 35 of Greenwich, and he gains probably about 4.
I
remember that game at Ward.
The quarterback was an attendee of UConn after that season, I believe. I can't remember his name, but he was very successful. And Trumbull did come out victorious here. Second and 5.
Ward is one of those schools that Trumbull doesn't face all that often, just like before Trinity dropped out of the FCAC. Most years that was a team we rarely ever saw as well.
Yeah, but due to the Trinity dropping out of the FCAC, the change of the divisions, kind of gave us some new opponents this year, such as Richfield, Ward, and others. Ball is snatched, handed off up the middle to number 35, and he has some space. And he's pushing his way forward there, as we have some new faces there in the Trumbull defense. And he's able to knife his way forward.
Cardinals carry number 35, Jack Koningsberg.
Quite a few, maybe about 20 yards there.
Tackled by the Eagles, number 5, Corbin Smith.
Down to the 9-yard line.
First down and goal for the
And I would
Cardinals.
think if Greenwich punches this in one more time, I would think you would start seeing a bunch of the either JV players or some of those seniors that don't normally get to see time on the field. You would see them come in.
I would agree with you on that, Jeff. So now, first and goal at the 5-yard line. Quarterback hands the ball up the middle, and he is tackled short, but just short, down at the 2 or 3 yard line, number 8 on the offense.
Cardinals carry number 35, Jack Koningsberg, tackled by number 8.
You could see that or not you could see, but you could feel the air has come out of the tires here in Trumbull. You just feel it on the sideline now. The electricity is gone.
And goal to go.
This much this late in the game, and the frustration, disappointment against a team that you know you had a shot against. It would have meant so much to win a game like this. They just can't quite pull it off. So second and goal here. I imagine them run up the middle, and that's what they're going to do here. And number 35 is able to push his way in for a touchdown, and then extends
Cardinals
again
touchdown,
now to
number 35, Jack Koningsberg.
As Greenwich had their backs to the wall in the first quarter and the second quarter, second half, Greenwich came out and they just said, that's it, we're done. You're not pushing us around anymore. And they showed what a quality team they are.
Well, that's what happens when you're a story program that has a major success over the past decade. Tough break for Trumbull just in that, you know, it's as much as this has been a year of success for them, they are still in what we would call a rebuild. And over the past decade, they've, you know, kind of been more of a mediocre program as opposed to a powerhouse. But we've seen enough this season to say that they're definitely heading in the right direction. And still a long year left to go. And like I said, they have 2 more opportunities here to show their strength against tough Richfield and St. Joe's team. So we see Boone, Sergey Boone, do the extra point. Kick is up, and there's a high kick. Almost makes it to the
Cardinals extra point is good. Number 31, Sergey Boone.
44-12 in favor of Greenwich.
So Boone is a junior, so he will be on the team again. He looks like he's got a foot that he might be kicking in college with the distance that he's been able to get. Let me give compliment to Greenwich. I mean, they've been playing a great game, but one of the best compliments I can give to them. I remember a number of years ago, we were playing Greenwich here at McDougal Stadium, and after the game, the teams were cleaning up. You know how it's usually the sophomores that start packing up the equipment and stuff. There was a bunch of cups and, you know, the trash and things that were on the Greenwich sideline, and the Greenwich coach, it wasn't the head coach, one of the Greenwich coaches at the time said, as the guys were walking off, get over here, clean this up. This is not how, you know, Greenwich High School leaves the football field. We leave it clean. We're gentlemen. We're not doing this. The whole team came back out, cleaned up every little scrap you saw on the ground, and just shows what a classy program that they are. I mean, a juggernaut on the field, and it proves that they are a class act off the field as well.
It's that kind of stories we like to hear, because at the end of the day, it's about showing sportsmanship and respect for others and the facilities. It's nice to hear that Greenwich follows those rules as well. It's 31 now for Greenwich. Sergey Boone's going to get sent to the kickoff here. Number 6 returns number 5, Corbin Smith, and number 1, Owen Solano. Ball is kicked high and deep. Owen Solano set to receive. Owen works his way down to the middle of the field, and again tackled hard on the return, but brought down to
on the return for Eagles, number 1, Owen Solano.
About 25 yards.
Tackled by the Cardinals, number 38.
So the Eagles are coming out. It looks like quite a few of the offensive line, the regular linemen, are coming out. I see Zeze. Do I see Corbin? I see Tooch. I see Delph.
We got our main squad in right now, Jeff, it looks like.
I see Ben Carley.
All right, so Agassi rolls to his right, looks to throw. Fires out to number 5, Corbin Smith, who makes the catch and is pushed to the
ground. Pass complete to number 5, Corbin Smith, from number 2, Hunter Agassi.
40-yard line or so.
Knocked out of bounds by the Cardinals, number 34, Jake Tarifa.
About 9 on the play.
And it looks like a bunch of the Greenwich players have been replaced just by looking at a lot of the guys in the field. Those are not the same size players that we saw earlier.
So as is usually the case when you're playing a large margin towards the end of the game. So ball in the near hash now. Agassi on quarterback. Agassi drops back the pass, looks to throw. Wants Corbin, fires up to Jarney, but errant pass. It falls too far in front of him. Incomplete.
Eagles
pass
now falls incomplete. Third down and 1 for the Eagles.
So kind of an on and off night there for the Trumbull passing game. They've had success at points. Other times had a string of incompletions.
Really sharp in the first half. Just
tough going
nothing
here.
in the second.
No, tough going here. And it was just, you know, when you can't pick those big chunk plays off, it's hard to catch momentum. And I think, as I mentioned earlier, momentum is going to be key in this game. If Red's able to capture it towards the second half there and kind of hold on to it from there. So Agassi drops back the pass. Quick pass out to Ben Carley, makes the catch. And did he hang on to it, Jeff? He did not. It falls incomplete. So it's now 4th and 1.
4th and short. 6:28 left in the fourth quarter. Greenwich is ahead 44-12. It was 13-12 Greenwich at the half. And Trumbull has not put the ball in the end zone in the second half at all.
Math correct, 29 straight points. Agassi gets the snap, dives his way forward, and it should be enough for a first down on the run of a yard or 2.
On the carry for the Eagles, number 2, Hunter Agassi.
That would be
that'll bring the ball out to
31
the 41-yard line. Trumbull, first down.
Well, I do teach English, so talk up to that. All right,
That's what I always say as a math teacher when
Yeah.
people ask me to spell stuff. I say I only do numbers.
That's fair. All right, Goss drops back to pass, looks to throw. Running for time, fires his way out to Tucci. He makes the catch, looks for some space, and is pulled out of bounds.
Eagles pass complete to number 24, Nicholas Cuccinardi, from number 2, Hunter Augusti.
Gain of about, actually I take it back, gain of about 9 there, so good effort there by
Knocked out of bounds at the 50-yard line, 2nd down and 1 for the Eagles.
Those baseball fans, it looks like the Astros are up on the Red Sox in Game 6, 1-0.
It's a tough breakhouse for us Trumbull fans tonight. Agassi drops back to pass, looks to throw. Fires over the middle, look for Greg Carley, nothing going there. Incomplete. It's 3rd and 1.
And I got to give another update. It wouldn't be a 10 network broadcast if I didn't get to do this. The Montreal Alouettes are leading the Toronto Argonauts 21-10.
Sure, we're all ready to receive it for that. So I appreciate you, Jeff, for letting us know about that one there.
The Argos looking for the Grey Cup this year.
All right, so is it now, Jeff, is playoff time coming up for Canadian football, or are we still regular season?
Usually the American Thanksgiving weekend is the Grey Cup, but it's pushed back a few weeks this year because of COVID.
Oh, I see. Okay, so we're gearing towards that section there as the 3rd down play falls incomplete, intended for a wide open Justin Delaney, but flew out of bounds.
4th down and 1 for the Eagles.
4th and 1 here for Trumbull.
Any big college games to watch tomorrow?
You know what, Jeff? I couldn't tell you.
I don't think there's any huge matchups.
To my knowledge, I don't know. I don't believe so. So Augusti gets the snap, fires his way forward. I don't know if he got it there, though, Jeff.
I don't think he did.
Oh, it looks like they're signaling that he did, so he first down.
Once again, quarterback sneak number 2, Hunter
It was
Augusti.
closer than we thought.
Yeah, appeared so. So Trumbull does pick up the first down of 4th.
Ball started at the 48-yard line, 1st down and 10.
Great showing by the Trumbull students tonight. You see the bulk of them making their way out now, but pink out at McDougal tonight.
So ball now at the 48-yard line. Gus drops with the pass, looks to throw. Had Corbin Smith wide open, but again missed him a little short there. After seems a little on edge as he's throwing the ball.
Pass broken up by the Cardinals, number 24, Jake Prieto. 2nd down and 10 for the Eagles.
2nd and 10 now, as we have about 5:32 left in the 4th quarter. Due to the score, the clock does stop at incompletions and out of bounds plays, as opposed to if I think we set up by 40, right, Jeff?
40 points makes it a running clock.
Now Agassi drops back the pass, looks to throw. Has time, steps up, fires, looking for Owen Solano, and nothing going there. Number 6 for Greenwich over the head of Solano, knocks it down.
Pass broken up by the Cardinals, number 6, John Scarlata.
So now 3rd and 10, ball at the 48-yard line.
3rd down and 10 for the Eagles.
Attempting to score here again. Nothing else, at least for pride. Trying to cut the narrow on the margin down a little bit against this Greenwich team. So waiting now. You can tell this Trumbull team is so close there, Jeff. It's just, it's really been the story of the season. The small errors, interceptions, extra points, things of that nature have just been a problem. Cuccinardi gets the handoff. It has a decent run up the middle there.
Eagles carry number 24, Nicholas Cuccinardi.
So moving forward, just eliminating those small errors and then capturing momentum where it needs to be caught is another important fact that, winning in crucial moments.
4th down and 4 for the Eagles.
Doing at certain points has not always done. And just, with an experienced Greenwich team like this, they were able to pull ahead with that.
I feel like the first half is a better showing of what this team is capable of, where they were hanging right in there and moving the ball on the ground and in the air and defensive stops.
So Augustus drops back to pass, looks to throw. Fires over the middle, finds Corbin Smith, and he drops it uncharacteristically for him. And that'll give Greenwich the ball back.
Pass falls
He caught the ball untouched, coming to the ground, and as he was rolling, I thought he was just, coming down to the ground. I didn't think he was going to drop that, so that was surprising. That's very uncharacteristic of Corbin.
Granted, pass was low, but did fall incomplete as Corbin was able to snag it. And Greenwich now take over now with 4:44 left in the 4th quarter. So I'd imagine now Greenwich looks to have checked in with a younger crew here, and Trumbull may be following suit. So Greenwich gets the snap, hands the ball to the middle. That might be Sergio Boone, and he was moving up the middle of the field there, Jeff, as he does get about a 5-yard gain. Let's see what number that is. No, I'm
Cardinals
sorry,
carry
28
number
for Greenwich.
28,
Check the number
Ethan
back.
Beal.
That is the senior Ethan Beal.
So after
Second down
that
and
big
5.
Shelton win, there were high expectations in this game that just never came to fruition for the Eagles.
Well, the way high school football has worked this year, Jeff, it's kind of who beat who, you know? So someone beat so-and-so, who beat so-and-so, beat so-and-so, but so kind of hard to predict winners based on proxy victories and whatnot, but it's because Trumbull blew out
Eagles
Shelton,
tackle in the
blew out
backfield,
Greenwich,
number 70,
and blew out
Lucas
Trumbull.
Silva.
So it kind of works in full circle
On
there.
carry
So
number
it's really tough to
28,
gauge
Ethan
who's
Beal.
who and where is where. But going forward here, Trumbull can't really
Loss
afford
of
to lose
one on the
another.
play, third
as they
down and
attack,
6 for the
playoffs
Cardinals.
here going forward now.
And Shelton was a little more one-dimensional on the ground. They didn't have the same passing ability that the Cardinals have.
Okay, so 3rd and 5. Ball snapped, handed off at the middle. Again, that's Beal, and he gains about 5. It should be 4th and short.
So in that game against Shelton, Trumbull knew that Shelton was a darn good team, but they knew that their strength was on the ground. So making the game plan to stop the run, they could give up a few passes here and there, but knowing that the game plan was stop the run, they were going to stop their offense. Here, Greenwich can do it both ways.
And I wonder if the name Greenwich played
Penalty
a
flag on the play.
advantage towards Greenwich as well.
False
Trumbull
start
does not play Trumbull
against
very
the
often.
Cardinals.
It doesn't have the same implications as beating a Greenwich. You know, a perennial team that you play every season has kind of had your number over the past decade. I'm wondering if the name itself kind of played a factor as well as almost the 12th man on the field. Just knowing who you're playing and how it kind of impact that had, especially against a team like this at home, you know, on a Friday night, as you mentioned, the stakes that were at play there for that as well.
The first half, it definitely was not, but coming out in the second half, it very well might have been.
All right, so now Greenwich in a 4th and about 8. Ball is snapped, handed off up the middle. Beal hits a wall, and ball is out. And looks like Trumbull jumps on it, and they do. So they'll get the ball back here with about 2:55 left.
Trumbull on the play.
Recovered by, we'll give it to number...
And it'll be Eagles ball at their own 49-yard line.
So now Trumbull will take over again at the Greenwich, or sorry, Trumbull 49-yard line with 2:51 left in the 4th quarter. Gussie still in a quarterback. Looks like Trumbull still rocking their first team offense here as they try to score one more time for the game ends.
Yeah, I would think they don't want to be shut out in the second half.
No, I would imagine not either. So Gussie drops back to pass, looks to throw, fires out quick. That's number 19, new receiver there for Trumbull. So I shouldn't say that their first team is out there. Number 19 for Trumbull is Jake Hall, sophomore. Some nice completion there. And that brings it down to 40.
Eagles pass complete to number 19, Jake Hall.
So Dusty now drops back to pass, rolls to his right, looks to throw. Looking to throw. Fires out to number 81. Nice catch there by number 81 for Trumbull. Another new name, that's Zach Searles.
Pass complete to number 81, Zachary Searles.
And Zach Searles, not only shout out to him for the good catch, but his mom is the coordinator with all the elementary schools and the kids that go out for the coin toss and the halftime relay and the kid public address announcer. So thank you to Mrs. Searles for coordinating all that with the elementary schools for us.
All right, so now Dusty. It looks like we have a change in quarterback now. New quarterback steps back, looks to throw. Has time. Fires out. Again, attacking Searles, but it's incomplete. New quarterback is number 17.
Pass ball is incomplete.
That
Second down and 10 for the Eagles.
The sophomore, Zach Selby. Falls incomplete. And it looks like Hunter's day is done with that.
Oh, yeah, triple twos on the board again. 2 minutes, 22 seconds left.
So 2nd and 10. Selby gets the snap, fumbles it, drops back to pass, looks to throw. Throws to his right. Fires it over the top, looking for number 10. Oh, and it was almost a nice catch there. Good throw there by Selby.
Pass ball is
Number 10.
incomplete. Third down and 10.
I don't have on my roster, but we will credit him with the attempted reception.
That was originally Otham, but now he's wearing number 8.
Yeah, so we're going to have to credit him with number 10. But regardless of that, 3rd down now, 3rd and 10. Handoff up the middle, but bobbled snap. Recovered, though, by the running back, whose number I did not catch on the handoff.
Fumble on the play recovered by the Eagles.
That is Colin Woods on the handoff there. So no gain, 4th and 11.
That'll bring up 4th down and 11.
Trumbull keeping the offense out there.
With 1:45 left in the 4th quarter. Will Zaslow on the field. I'd probably target him in a situation like this. Selby rolls to his left, looks to throw. Has time. Fires it. Looking. And was the catch made there, Jeff? It doesn't appear to be.
It was hard to tell.
No, it doesn't look like the ball in the correct.
He was coming to the ground, and he blocked our angle of him seeing the ball.
Number 19, Jake Cole, was the intended receiver. It'll be a turnover on downs. Greenwich will take over now from the 30-yard line.
I would think we'll probably start seeing some knees by the Cardinals.
I would imagine so too, Jeff. A valiant effort there by the second team there for Trumbull. They convert 1 first down. So 1:27 remaining in the 4th quarter. 44-12 in favor of Greenwich. And it looks like you're right there, Jeff. They will get a series of knees here. And the ball is snapped. Knee is down. And that'll give us our 2nd down play. So,
clock is ticking. Approaching 1 minute remaining.
Disappointing evening there for Trumbull. But like I said, I think we saw enough good things in the first half to kind of feel optimistic going forward here. I think we have a lot of good football left in store for the Trumbull season.
And it looks like the last remaining members of the Black Hole are making their way out and continue their evening elsewhere.
Ball is snapped. Knee is placed down. We're down to 35 seconds left. And that'll probably wind us down here, Jeff. I don't know if they're going to snap the ball again. Doesn't look like it as they shake hands.
No, the
and head towards the middle of the field.
Snap clock is a second ahead of the game clock, so that will be it. So as the clock winds down, 44-12 is going to be our final score here. And I like what you said, Sawyer, that they showed signs. They showed that they can hang in with this team or a team of this caliber. And you know what? It goes back to what we were saying in the first couple games, consistency. They showed what they can do, a heck of a lot better than what they did do in those earlier games. They just didn't do enough of it tonight.
I think you're right there, Jeff. Consistency is key. They had a lot of good moments there in the beginning, especially the first half. Moving the ball well, winning at first down. The run game was something that has not been shown up to this point, especially against a team of this caliber. Usually it's been Corbin Smith and QB draws that have been allowing us to gain the yards on the ground. But tonight, Nick Giugiardi really showed himself as a workhorse back, being able to catch and run plays. But you're right there, Jeff. It's just consistency. So winning on these big plays that Trumbull's had a hard time doing tonight, where Greenwich was able to come ahead and that. These big chunk plays that they were able to pull off, being able to find openings in the defense on broken plays and such, all that kind of working Greenwich's favor tonight. And when you get that momentum going, especially with the environment tonight, knowing that you have a big one coming up and that you need to win if you want to kind of keep in the playoff race here. Greenwich, with their backs really against the wall, a little more than Trumbull did here, because Greenwich had a much tougher schedule going into tonight, where they had 2 losses as opposed to Trumbull's 1. So now both teams find themselves at 4-2 going into the playoff race, and both are very much alive still. However, Greenwich really needed this win tonight. You can tell that they were hungry for it, because once they caught the momentum, they just not let it up.
Yeah, so this was a game that would have been a statement win, would have put Trumbull on the map, but would have doesn't count. Trumbull just fell short. We saw some signs of greatness in this game, and then we saw signs where they could just be beat. The one thing I did like, they have done some good things on passing, but they did run the ball well at times in this game, which is something that they hadn't done consistently before. So we will be back on the air with you next Friday, October 29th, from Fairfield Ward High School at 7 o'clock p.m. on the Trumbull Eagle Network. So once again, for Sawyer Nicholas, this is Jeff Alterman signing off. Final score here at McDougal Stadium, 44-12. The Greenwich Cardinals